And then like another thing.
What's up, people? This is What We Thinking. I'm one of your hosts, Influence. To the right of me is Bryson.
Hello.
And this is our last show before the new year.
I used to focus only on hurts. I had many gifts, but I was my own curse. But hold up, wait a minute, stop that. I need to focus on now, not that.
Get your mind right and your money tight.
Christmas just passed. If you celebrate that sort of thing. If not, hey, I don't know what to tell you, but happy holidays, I guess. I celebrate Christmas. So, yeah, man. How was your week? I know you've been working.
My week was good.
My
week was good.
I should say weeks, because it's been a while since you've been here.
Yeah, it's been a little while, but this past week was good. I worked on Christmas. Even though I worked on Christmas, my day went smoothly.
That's good.
And there was less traffic.
Probably no traffic. Yeah. That's what my dad said when he was coming to the crib. He was like, "Oh, ain't no traffic. Straight here."
Yeah. So that was good. Got off like all of my places I had deliveries at, they were open.
Okay.
Got done one more delivery that day than I thought I would. So that was good.
Yeah, that's great. More money. More money.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw Sonic 3 with my nephew.
Did you? I thought you were about to say Gladiator 2.
No, I ain't see that yet, but I want to see that.
It's on streaming now.
Yeah. Yeah, it costs $20-something.
Yeah, I'll be buying shit.
Oh, okay. I'll wait on it.
Yeah. I thought about waiting. I saw what just came on stream and I ain't know. Oh, Venom. I was like, nah, I'll wait for that.
Okay.
I'll wait for that to come free.
Yeah.
It's going to be on one of those, either Disney or Max, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, yeah, I ain't paying for that. I'll pay for Denzel. I'll pay for
Oh, yeah, I don't
too.
blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had it, I'll be honest. If I had it, I'd do it.
True.
But you into Sonic at all?
I am.
Okay.
I just watched the first one. Well, I can't. I popped the gummy and watched it.
Okay.
One night, and I was cracking up, and it was kind of interesting, but I don't remember that shit.
Okay.
Like, I just remember watching some of it and him meeting the dude, Cyclops. I always call him Cyclops. For the rest of my life. He played Cyclops in X-Men.
Okay.
In the original X-Men movies.
Okay.
X-Men 1, 2, and 3.
Uh-huh.
Maybe Apocalypse too. He played Cyclops. But yeah, that's why I call him Cyclops.
Okay.
Every time I see him, I'm like, oh, that's Cyclops. So, yeah.
But yeah.
So Sonic 3 was good?
Sonic 3 was good.
I'm going to have to watch Sonic
3
2.
was really good. And so it made me go back and watch Sonic 1, which I thought was just as good. And then for me, Sonic 2 is good, but I didn't like it as much as the other two, but it was still good.
Yeah, I didn't even know they was making a 3. And I saw Jim Carrey was like, I'm retired from acting. I'm never acting again. And then like 2 months later, Sonic 3 trailer came out. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, was he talking about after this or what?
I saw something where he said it said that he said he needed the money. That's why he did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he still got it.
I don't blame him.
He still got it. He was very entertaining in that movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, Jim Carrey.
And I want to watch Sonic 3 again because I guess I guess I had seen the previews or something before, and I knew who played Shadow in the third one. But then I must have forgot because the whole movie I was watching and didn't know who that was as the voice of Shadow until the end. I realized who it was.
Who was it?
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, okay.
So now I want to watch it again, knowing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. It was a lot.
Yeah, I don't know when I'll get to that because I gotta get to 2 first. Well, actually, I gotta finish. I gotta finish 1 again, so I can remember what's going on. I think I got enough of 1 though. Like I can move on to 2.
Okay.
And maybe go to 3. I wasn't the biggest. I just remember playing Sonic when I was younger because I always had to do the opposite of what everybody else did. Mm-hmm. So everybody was getting Nintendo, and I was like, I want a Sega. Mm-hmm. So I got a Sega. I remember Sonic came with Sega. Man, I was playing that. And I played that all the way up until Christmas. And then when Christmas came, I ain't even want to play it no more.
Okay.
Because I opened up my package. I found my package with Sega in it, and I was opening it up and hooking it up to the TV. Because, back then, y'all, I don't know how old you are, but back then, you was like 10 and was home by yourself. Now, people getting arrested for letting their 10-year-olds walk to the store, man. I was walking to the store buying cigarettes and shit for my mom. Like that, 10 years old, walking down the street to the corner store buying cigarettes. Now that lady let her 10-year-old go to the store, she going in jail.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Something happened?
No, he just went to the store, bought whatever he wanted, came back, and is endangerment. Yeah, you can. If you have kids, see, you don't have no kids, so, but these days, you can't do that. 10 years old is
she ain't
too,
really going
too
to
young.
jail, is she?
Probably. I mean, I don't know what they're going to say in court, but she got arrested and charged with child endangerment. So I hope she got a good lawyer. Because Dyfus, I used to work for Dyfus too. And that
But I imagine that's going on everywhere.
I mean, not no more. That's the point.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people still doing that. I would be.
I remember going to the store for my mom, getting an RC soda and a bag of, wait, was it sour cream potato chips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, like I used to, now they won't even, you can't even buy cigarettes if you ain't 18. Like you could go to jail for that. The store go to jail for it, but back then, man, listen, in the 80s was lawless. Like the 80s was wildin'. You could just walk to the store, get whatever you want. And the store wasn't that far. But as a 10-year-old, I guess, you walking in the street, anybody could snatch you up. Not that those crimes didn't exist back then either, but it just was a normal thing. This was a normal thing. But yeah, that's what was we talking about when I got on that subject?
But I understand that though, because I don't have any kids, but I feel like I would want to be so protective of my kid or kids if I did have kids. So much to the point where I don't know, I wouldn't want to send them to school, like regular school.
Yeah, it's hard. And that's the thing, like I was kind of protective, but my son was staying home kind of early. Not 10, but not too far after that. He was coming home with his key because I mean we had to work.
Yeah,
like it was just like that. Yeah. But I mean we checked on him and all that stuff, but it was it was what it was. And I know the people like to say it was a different time. I'm not talking about my kids, like they ain't that much older, but I'm talking about us when we was young. People like to say it was a different time, but I don't think it was that different. It's just here, it's more, you see more. That's what I think personally. I mean, it's a little different. There's more stuff. It's definitely different in a certain way, like social media, all that stuff. There's more access to things. That's different. But I mean, the world was the world, and it might have been, some aspects might have been worse in the 80s because it was like it was lawless. You know what I mean? You get people and then drugs and all types of stuff like out there that ain't out there now, like that. Like while you walking, it's different. You might go on social media and see it and be able to get it from social media or a website now. But I just think it's more, you see it more now. Like everything. Good. Like a lot of this stuff was happening back then. You just didn't see it. I mean, you could see the milk carton. Kids was getting snatched up. Kids was getting, hurt and whatever else. Like it was. I just think it was. We just was oblivious. Like our parents was oblivious to it, and I think because back when they was younger, even then it was stuff going on. I think, but it was definitely a different time. And so. Like they was leaving they doors open and unlocked and stuff like that. Like that, yeah, that stuff would never go on now. But I don't know how much that is because it's happening more. I don't know how much that is, to tell you the truth. I just think we see it more, so we're more aware of stuff. Back then they couldn't see it. There was nowhere to see it but in the paper. And the paper chose what, in the news, but they chose what to show you. Now we got social media, you can see everything. People can show you whatever. I think that's why they trying to ban TikTok. Because TikTok be showing me everything. Everything I don't see on the news is on TikTok somewhere. stuff that's happening in the world is on TikTok. But January 6th, I think TikTok is done if dude don't sell it.
Mm-hmm. Is it the 6th or 20th, something like that?
Oh, I heard the 6th.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
So don't look into it for yourself. But yeah, that's wild to me that the U.S. could be like, you got to sell your company to somebody here or shut it down or it's getting banned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but dude's like, fuck that. I ain't doing that. Like, this is my company.
Mm-hmm.
So he holding fast. So I guess we'll see what happens with that.
So, I mean, without America, is he still good around the world business-wise?
Oh, I think he is, but I think he'll still be good, but he won't be as good without America. But at the same time, I think he's looking at it like it's too many people on there. It's too many people using it. But I don't know how true that is. We'll see what happens because we got new administration anyway that's wilding out. Half the people in it don't know what the hell they doing. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Just like Elon Musk and his crony just said that they good with the visas and they want more visas from foreigners because Americans ain't shit when it comes to tech.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, he was talking that good shit to Donald Trump, but now that he's getting in a position of power, he's like, oh, nah, I was just playing. I was just playing. We want foreign people. And I can kind of understand, but that's wild as hell for a person that's supposed to, not that he has any power. I mean, he does have a lot of power, but not that he's supposed to have any power. But for, I think the other guy is American and in the administration or gonna be. So that's wild for somebody in an American president administration to say that about Americans. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Even if you're thinking that, like we know there's a lot of countries that's ahead of us. I say it all the time. I'm like, we ain't number one. We like 48th in education. Like we ain't number one in not much. We might be number one in sports, and that's fading too. So I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna kind of like go even more on tangents than we normally do, just because it's the end of the year. We just gonna talk about everything. Maybe everything that happened during this year, maybe, and stuff that's happening now. Cause it's been relatively quiet the last couple weeks. I feel like, unless I just haven't been paying attention.
Has it?
I mean, quiet in the realms of stuff that we usually talk about. I think it's been quiet. I mean, I'm sure stuff is going on that we can talk about, but
well, for me, like, after Gen X, I started like listening to all of Kendrick's old work.
Yeah,
and I got a triple, double down, quadruple down. To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite Kendrick Lamar album. It's my favorite.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, but I wanted to go back and research, because I know Good Kid, Mad City is yours.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go back and research, and it's just, I think To Pimp a Butterfly is just like, it appeals to me more. It's different kind of music. It's like it's got funk in the album.
Oh, okay.
I
can see that.
And it's when I think about it, it kind of he reminds me of like, I hear some James Brown influence on him in some of the records, and like Thunder. I think Thundercat produces some on there, and and I just like. I think I like what he's saying about being black, and just like the strong black like presence on the album, and what he's saying, and then like I just knew I was in. Like after Good Kid, Mad City, when he came back with the single "I," and he was like, I love myself. I felt, and the music and the musicality, it felt like he had chosen. Like, I'm going in this direction. I'm not about to be about the money, even though my first album was successful.
Yeah. Even
though it's not maybe it's his first major release, but he had other albums before that.
Yeah,
and Overly Dedicated.
Yeah,
was before that. But yeah, like he chose.
I think Section 80 is the like a lot of people know that album.
Yeah,
that before he.
Yeah,
because that's kind of what put him on the map.
Yeah,
for as an independent.
It's like overly dedicated in Section 80 are just TDE, but Good Kid, Mad City is Interscope, Aftermath.
Yeah, that's when he was. That's when he.
Yeah,
that's his debut, his big debut.
And TDE as well probably is in that. But I think when I actually looked at it, it said Interscope, Aftermath. I didn't see TDE.
Yeah, TDE. I mean, TDE is like he might have been going. That might have been management at the time. I don't know. I don't know if it was under like a label. Who knows what time? I think they had a good deal though. I think they got a good deal with Interscope and Aftermath.
But yeah, that To Pimp a Butterfly and the NEGUS like on there on the album version of I, which is interesting because he chose to there's a single I. The single I is not on the album. Did you notice that?
No.
The album version of I is like him performing it like at a party or something or at a performance, and then like the fight breaks out in the crowd and he like nah, not on my watch, and he's like, he calming it down, breaking it up, and then he goes into like, a verse, and he's talking about the N-word.
Yeah.
And then he's talking about niggas.
Yeah.
And what that means. And that blew my mind when I first heard that.
Yeah, because you ain't know.
Yeah, I didn't know. And just like...
See, I've studied that, so...
Oh, yeah.
Like, my minor was African American history in college, so we studied that stuff. So it wasn't new to me. But it was cool. It was cool because I haven't really heard anybody say that, really. Except for maybe KRS-One.
And it's just like that album is just like very artistic. And I remember years ago when it came out, I don't think I fully got it. I didn't understand everything he was saying.
Yeah, you was listening from a different perspective. You was listening from a different age, a different mental capacity, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that happens. That happens to me like in a couple years.
Yeah.
Like with albums sometimes. Like albums I heard like 2 years ago, I listened to it again and I'm like, it's like a different perspective. You just have a different perspective on it.
It's interesting to me though, like, but I guess, people are different. People have different journeys. But he wrote that album, and he's younger than me now, but he was even more younger than me when he put that album out.
Yeah, I mean, I think about Tupac. Like, I think about some of, not necessarily, I mean, his music too, but not necessarily just his music. I think about like some of the speeches and the speaking engagements that he did at 20, 19. That was wild to see. Like if you look at him now, you'll be like, the fuck? Like if people ain't seen him. Yeah, you'll be like, yo, this is coming out the mouth of a 19-year-old. Like I was definitely not. I was into that stuff and I knew a lot about that. And I was, what my dad would say, militant, where I was into Black Power. I was into learning about that stuff, but I just still didn't have the mental capacity to take a lot of that in at that age. But people got different mental capacities and different knowledge.
Yeah. To Pimp a Butterfly, and now I've gone through it, and I'm behind, like years behind, but I got an iPhone, and I've gotten into Apple Music and what's the other one? Apple Music and iTunes.
Okay.
Apple Music. So I feel like I'd be wanting to support, so I buy the album and stream it. And
see, I don't like streaming. That's the only thing.
But
me.
It's okay.
Like I don't like streaming. I like having. I mean, I wish I could get the physical copies. That's what I would do. But even now, it's hard to find that. Like even now, a lot of artists are selling them themselves. And I've said this a million times. I was trying to get Dave's couple of his albums for years, and the only way I actually found his newest album recently on his website, but it's it's in the UK, so it's gonna take.
Every time you say that, I
here.
think of Lil Dicky.
Oh no, not that Dave. No, Dave from the UK. Dave Santan. Maybe that's why he started calling himself Dave Santan or Santan Dave. I don't know which way he says it, but Yeah, I used to be trying to support his albums because I want, because I like him a lot. So I was like, I want to support. I want to buy. I don't know how much I know he's big, especially over there. Like he's getting money, but I always wanted to support because I'm like, I like supporting artists. I don't like just stealing their music.
Yeah, like when I really enjoy something, like I want to go buy it, and I think iTunes.
Because they ain't getting shit. I mean, they getting shit. They getting billions of streams, so they're getting their little bit of coins from that. But you got to have that many streams in order to be getting your coins. So that's why I like to support the actual and pay the $20 and $15, whatever it is that they charging. Like I support. Shit, I bought Nas' album, and I know, he don't need that shit. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like I'm feeling like I'm supporting somebody. Like I do that a lot. Like if it's somebody new or somebody that I know, may need it more than somebody else. Like I'll make sure I buy their album. But shit, I bought Nas' album.
Yeah.
Knowing he ain't need that shit. He ain't need my $15.
I bought all Kendrick Lamar albums, like, I mean, I think too, if I like something and I'm enjoying it, like, yeah, I feel like I should buy it.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
And yeah, that To Pimp a Butterfly. I got some jams on there too. I'm talking about Wesley's Theory. I really like Wesley's Theory. It's funny when it's like a Dave Chappelle reference in the hook. It's funny when you listen to it. But George Clinton is on there. Thundercat is on there. What else? These Walls. I don't think I used to like These Walls so much, but I like it now. I like it. And then I told you about that third verse. I messaged you about it on Instagram. That third verse is eerie when you think about it.
Yeah.
I told you what it's about, but yeah, I didn't catch that like years ago listening to that, but what else? We gonna be all right. All right, that's a jam.
Yeah, all right, it's a jam.
What else? I think one of my favorite is The Black of the Berry. The Black of the Berry, and oh yeah, and I like what's it? Apple Music, because I'm looking at the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
So The Black of the Berry.
Oh, okay.
The Black of the Berry. So I guess what is it called? Patois, that the artist in the hook is like speaking, or
yeah.
So I didn't understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
But now I can listen to it and I know what he's saying because I read the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
So I like that. Like
see, I don't know. Apple Music might be all right. Like if you buy it, I don't know how their streaming is. That's the reason I like.
So
Tidal.
It's like I think Apple Music is like the streaming service. You got that, you stream.
No, I know.
Oh, you know. Okay,
but,
iTunes.
Yeah, I got iTunes, but
okay.
I don't use it that much. But I also
what do you purchase with?
I used to buy stuff from Tidal because they had a high definition.
Okay.
I know Apple does too now, but when you stream stuff, it's not the most of the time. It's not the no, it's high definition still. When you playing it through Bluetooth, let me put it that way. When you're listening to stuff through Bluetooth, you're not getting the full everything. Like you're not getting all the instruments. You're not getting they kind of pick and choose. Even the newest Bluetooth, like I don't even know what the newest Bluetooth is. Might be 5.2. It's probably like 7.8 because I'm all out of touch and shit. But
megahertz.
But no, it's just the number, like how they update it to get more of the signal. Like Bluetooth 1 was trash.
Okay.
Like you could get stuff through it and you could listen and you could have your phone calls. But if you listen to music, it was trash, low, and couldn't even hardly hear any of the music. But now the last Bluetooth that I looked at was like 5.2. Like I said, it might be at 7 now. Who knows? However, like when you stream through Bluetooth through my car or whatever, it's not. It like I said, it's trash. It's a trash quality of sound. That's what I mean. And I'm a sound junkie where I need the top of the top. That's why I had CDs for a long time. Like even when people started switching over to MP3s and all that stuff, like I ain't like MP3s because it was trash. They're better now.
So like Is it me, or I don't know if you know, but in listening to YouTube and in listening on Apple Music or iTunes, is there a difference? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, YouTube ain't gonna be the top quality either.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not gonna be.
Yeah, I felt like there was a difference. Like I felt like
iTunes might have top quality, but still, when you're listening through Bluetooth, you're not getting all that top quality. I think that's where I'm at with it. Like, I don't like streaming stuff through Bluetooth. Either you need to hook it up through your aux cable. That's where you get the best quality through the aux cable. Or if you have a WAV file or a FLAC, the lossless file, like that's, and your car can do directly. That's how my car is. My car can play directly WAV files or MP3s. So I do the MP3 to 320s, and I just put on my little 150 gigabyte stick that I got years. I think I got from 2016 to 2024.
Oh, you say aux cord?
Yeah, the aux, the aux cable, because that's connection. You ain't going through Bluetooth, so you're getting the best sound that you can get through that, as good as whatever service can put out. You can hear. I'm just an audiophile. Like I want the best sound available. I wanted to sound the crispest, the cleanest, whatever I listen to. So that's why I don't listen to a lot of streaming stuff. And now it's even hard for me to find MP3s. It just gets hard. Not a lot of people are putting it out. They're just straight streaming, and you can buy a CD directly from me. And that's what's going on these days. Like, I was in Target in the music section. It's like a half an aisle. Now, they have more albums than anything else because people are starting to buy albums more.
Okay.
So they have they'll have 2 aisles of albums, and then they'll have like a little section of CDs if they still have CDs. I know Best Buy is getting rid of CDs. They're not gonna have CDs no more. So yeah, stuff is definitely changing. 2025. Man, that's crazy to say that. 2025.
I haven't even been thinking about it.
Yeah, like 2025. Like, just to think, because it's funny, like 2021, 2020, I remember when they put out the Marvel Cinematic Universe map of when stuff was going to come out. And they had like Blade, even though Blade ain't coming out. Who knows when that's going to come out? Or it might never come out. But they had like Blade and stuff like that, 2025. And I was like, damn, that's 5 years from now. Now it's 2025. Like, that's insane. Oh, time moves faster as you get older because you have less experiences, less new experiences. So your mind kind of gets on autopilot when you have the same experiences over and over. And as you get older, you have more of the same experiences over and over. Like, more of your life is mundane and not new. So even though you can go out your way to make new experiences, which you should, because for one of those reasons. I mean, you should just make new experiences just because. But to slow time down for you when you make new experiences. As you get older, most of your life is built around routine. You go to work, get up, eat, come home. Like, on the weekend, you might go somewhere, you might go out to eat, you might do this, you might do that, go to the movies. But even that is routine as you get older. Like, when you're younger, even going to the movies was like out of routine. Like, that was like every now and then. But now you might go to movies a lot as you get older, as you get your own money and stuff. So even that becomes routine. So your brain like kind of shuts down, goes on autopilot. So it makes time feel like it's going faster. And the fact that it's a combination of that, and I'm giving y'all a little lesson. It's a combination of that, and also when you're young, a year of your life might be, say 60% of your life. If you're 9, a year of your life is like what, almost 10% of your life. When you're 50, a year of your life is like 0.0% of your life. So it's a small minuscule, like a year is just a minuscule So it makes it seem faster. Like when you're young, you're like, damn, this year is long. Like we gotta wait a year. Like when you're older, it's like, man, it's been 40 years. Like I done been here 40 years. Like a year ain't shit. So it just makes it seem faster. It's not going any faster. Like it's not speeding up. We ain't in alternate reality like some people think. I mean, we might be in alternate reality, but that ain't messing with your time. Still the same time, still the same hour, still the same 60 seconds for a minute, 60 minutes for an hour. Just how you feel about it. Little scientific explanation for y'all. Just on? No, I'm just playing. Red One?
Yeah.
No.
Sure?
I just watched it last night.
We didn't talk about Red One on the pod?
No.
Yeah.
I just watched it last night. It just came on, like it just became available this week or last week, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, saw that.
That was good to me.
Yeah, me too.
It was different. It was wild because I didn't know it was gonna be that like action and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it was different.
Mm-hmm.
It was still extremely Christmas. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's Santa Claus, but that shit was wild. Like when Santa was lifting weights and all the weights was on there, and he was like, "Spot me," and then when he gave it to The Rock, and The Rock was like, "Oh shit!" Like, yo, that shit was wild. I'm like, Santa's buff. I didn't realize J.K. Simmons was that cut. Like, damn, he in shape.
Yeah, he is.
He had his arms out. I was like, this mother got his arms out. Like Santa Claus is wilding. Santa Claus out here with his arms out, lifting 8 plates. Like, yeah, that was cool. That was a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, like it started off when I first started watching it. You know, in my honest, reaction to it, like I felt like when it first came on, I felt like for some reason it wasn't doing nothing for me.
See, it was the opposite to me.
Okay,
but go ahead.
But and then like it was getting better and better and better. It just got into where like, yeah, this is good. This is real good.
See,
like,
for me, it was the opposite.
Okay,
like when it first started, I was like, oh, I could get with this movie. Like this seemed like a movie, like regular movie, following this dude and figuring out, he and then seeing, in the beginning it was Santa and him and they in the store. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like this is the little Christmassy vibe. I love Christmas movies anyway. Like, that's all I watch during Christmas is a bunch of Christmas movies that I've been watching 50 times. So to have a new one, that was exciting for me. To have a new Christmas movies. I know new Christmas movies come out every year, but they're usually not my cup of tea. Like I like unorthodox shit like Die Hard. And yes, it's a Christmas movie, damn it. But yeah, like I watch Die Hard. Like I like Christmas movies like that, like Violent Night and The Night Before. Like The Night Before is my shit. I love that movie. And Anthony Mackie just posted. He was like, I don't take shit from set, but I did take this sweater. He had that sweater on with the black Santa Claus. He was like, yeah, that's it. And I said, damn, they got one too. Like you make a Christmas movie and you get residuals, you good. Like if it's a good Christmas movie and you get residuals from it, you good. Cause somebody gonna watch it every year. They gonna watch it every year. They gonna play it every year on TV. Like it's gonna make cash. So yeah, so when that first started and I saw the Christmassy stuff, I was like, oh, cool. And then when I saw it was unconventional, like when he was lifting weights and all that stuff, and it seemed, and the reindeer, I was like, these bitches big as hell. Like them deer is big as shit. But the special effects look cool. Like it didn't look, some of them was outsourced. They wasn't spending that Disney money on the special effects. But at the same time, it was still good. It wasn't like taking me out of it. So I was like, oh, damn, I didn't know it was like that. But then when it started getting into like Chris Evans' life and all that, like it was interesting, but I was like, oh, like it kind of brought me down a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, what's this about? Like, what they... Because I ain't know nothing about it. Yeah. I knew it was a Christmas movie that came out with The Rock. And that's all I knew. I didn't know too much of anything else, but yeah, then it started picking up, like when the elves came to get his ass and they had them machines. I don't want to tell y'all too much if y'all ain't watched it yet, but fuck it, y'all should have watched it. But when they had the machines and they was like and freezing them, and he was fighting them, I was like, oh shit, I was like Captain America, I was like Captain America fighting, because he was fighting like Captain America. Like, that's wild to me. And I was wondering if that's from his Marvel training. Like, some of the stuff he used, like, even when he grabbed that dude and slammed him into the table, like, I'm like, a regular human do that to another regular human? Like, because he grabbed that mother, was like, God, and slammed him into that glass table. And I was like, oh, shit. And then when that started happening, I was like, all right. I said, I can get with this. Like, this is an action movie. And yeah, but I thought that was good. I tried to watch it once, and then I think I fell asleep. It was too late. And then I tried to watch it on Christmas, and my dad came in. He's like, what's this bullshit? my dad be wilder. He was like, what's this bullshit? Ain't there a game on today? And I don't think the game started yet because he was early as hell, but he's like, ain't there a game on? I'm like, not yet. He's like, oh, this bullshit you watching.
You said it just like it.
Yeah, he's like, what's this bullshit you watching? So I had turned it off because, I was like, well, my dad's here. Let me turn something on that he want to watch. Then we turned the basketball games on, so that was a wrap. That was on all day. Yeah, so the good-ass basketball games, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Lakers and the Curry. I said the Lakers and Curry.
Okay.
Golden State. Yeah, I couldn't think of their name. But, yeah, they was up by, like, 9 with, like, 20 seconds to go, and Curry did his thing, and they was, like, down by 2. And your boy Reeves, white dude on Lakers, he be coming through. He be coming through. Clutch. He be having some clutch ass baskets. He had a couple clutch baskets during the game, but then he crossed dude over, went to the basket. They up by like 4, I think. And then I still was like, yo, Curry, it's Curry. You can't. And he threw the ball from like 3/4 of the court, and I seen him make that shot 1,000,000 times. And he almost made it. But yeah, that was
Lakers
that was a
won?
good game. Yeah, Lakers won. Yeah, Lakers
All
won.
right.
I thought it was gonna go into overtime. No, they was down by 3 when it was like 4 seconds left. And Curry got the ball inbound. He did his little thing and then shot it from like the foul line of the other court. So it was like 3/4 away. But I seen him do that 1,000,000 times in practice. Like I seen him just throw the ball and go in like 50 million times. So when he shot that, I was like, oh, they about to go into overtime. It was like it hit the backboard and it was like, and I was like, oh man. Yeah, that game was good as hell.
What's the night before?
With Seth Rogen, that other dude,
okay.
the dude that played in Batman. What's his name? I see him all the time. He's a good actor, but I can't never remember his name. I feel bad for saying that dude that played in Batman, in Chris Nolan's Batman, and Anthony Mackie. And they're friends. They have a tradition, but they're getting older. Like Anthony Mackie was a pro football player, and he's been getting good because he was on steroids. But he's getting good. Just spoiler alert. But if you ain't watched that shit too, you missing it.
No, I ain't seen that movie.
Oh, you ain't seen that shit?
No.
Oh, that's a good movie. I love that movie. And then Seth Rogen, of course, and Seth Rogen's about to have a baby with his wife, but every year his people and the other dude is like he always has a relationship issue, the third dude. So Andy Mackie is like, I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm just a pro athlete. He's swimming in money and cooch, and he's just like whatever. And Seth Rogen's married and got a kid on the way, so they're like, this is gonna change us.
James Franco.
Yeah. Wait, no.
James Franco.
No, that's not him. No, that's not him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know who James Franco
Well,
is.
James Franco was in the 25th hour.
He's in that. James Franco is in that movie though.
Okay.
He's in the movie, but that's not the main dude.
Okay. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, Levitt.
Yep.
Yeah, Levitt. Yep. I could not remember his name.
Like I was on Family Feud.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you was like, don't show me. Don't show me. I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, he so he's like, he was in a relationship. He didn't want to meet the girl parents, so they broke up. But he in love with her still, and they're all from the same town. So every year they do a tradition. They go out on the town, a night on the town before Christmas Eve, and like his wife always goes. His wife's like, I don't give a fuck what you do, just go out, with your boys. And they've been trying to get to this this party that is on Christmas Eve every night. It's a big ass party that somebody throws that they don't know, but all these celebrities and stuff go, and you got to have an invite. So this year they got an invite finally after like 30 years, and they're going to this party. But on the way, they're like doing different shit, and like Seth Rogen, of course, is taking mad mushrooms and he takes too much. So the whole time he high as hell. And that shit is funny as hell. And you know, your boy don't really see his family, Anthony Mackie, because he a professional and he don't really come home because he don't want to deal with it. But his mom is in the town, but he's not telling his mom he's coming home. So they just out on the town. And Levin, of course, I told you he was, you know, he was in love with that girl. So they like they go to a bar first. They like bar hopping before the party, and they're trying to figure out where the party's at because they don't tell you the party until it start. So it's like one of those things. But it's dope. It's dope. I really like that movie. Like that movie's crazy because of the shit that goes on. It's like an adult movie, so you know, it's just mad shit happening, and it's cool. It has
Judd
a good
Apatow movie.
Huh?
Judd Apatow movie.
What's that?
He's the like filmmaker or director, right? He probably did 40-Year-Old Virgin. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Pineapple Express.
yeah. Kind of like it's like that. I don't know if that's who made this. Let me see the cast. Hilarious because at one point Seth is super high and he end up near the church because he's Jewish and his wife is Christian. So his wife goes to church with his parents while he goes out on the town because he's not like religious at all, but he has a Jewish sweater on. That's his Christmas sweater, and they all have. And Anthony Mackie got the black Santa sweater, and Levitt got I think it's just a regular Christmas sweater, but he end up at the church and he's high as fuck, and he's like, hey, you're here. And he's talking to his wife, and his wife's like, you fucking high right now? And he's like, yeah. He's like, but I'm good. He's like, I'm good. And then she's like, get the fuck out of here before my mom see you. And then her parents come and is like, come on in, come on. So he's sitting in there and he's like, we ain't do this to Jesus. He's like, y'all think we did this to Jesus? Because in Christianity, Jews crucified him, and Jewish is not like that. So even though they have Jesus too, so that he was like, we ain't fucking do this to Jesus. Like he in the middle of the church, like, we ain't fucking do this to Jesus. And then he throw up all over the place. And he's like, oh, Jesus Christ. So he leaves. But that's just one part. But that shit is hilarious. And there's one part where they trying to get weed to bring to the party because Andy Mackie's football stars, because he's like wasn't a star at all, but he started taking steroids and he didn't tell nobody though. But Lovett says something. He's like, bitch, you just got good. You 40? He's like, or 35. He's like, and you just got good this year? He's like, because you fucking put a needle in your arm. And they argue about that shit. And so he's trying to impress his football buddies who all got invites to, like, they all stars. And they all got invites to the party. But then once they go to a party, like, it's mad. Like, one part, I don't want to tell you everything because you want to see it.
Yeah,
but,
I think I want to see it.
Yeah, but one part is hilarious with Seth Rogen. He changed. I'm going to tell you this little part. You mind?
Good.
So they changed phones, and Seth Rogen got this girl's phone, but it looked like the same phone. And dude texts a dick pic, and he's like, damn, do I know this person? He's like, that's a nice dick. So he texts back, he's like, that's a nice dick. And dude texts back, is like, you like it? You want it? He's like, who the fuck wouldn't want this dick? He's like, this look like a good dick. He's like, I wouldn't want this dick. So, but dude thinking it's the girl saying it. So he's like, oh, you ready to suck this dick? He's like, I ain't never sucked a dick before. He's like, I don't know. He said, I ain't never sucked a dick before. And then dude text like, you ain't never sucked a dick? He's like, what? He's like, yeah. He said, but I'm willing to try. And he's like, and he's high as fuck. So he's like, guys, I think I'm sucking my first dick tonight. He was like, yo, that shit's so fucking funny though. This dude text, he's like, yeah, I'm ready for you. He's like, well, I think I am too. He's like, that's it, I'm doing it. He says so, but then he figures out, he tells all his boys, and dude, I think Anthony Mackie takes the phone. He's like, this ain't your fucking phone. He's like, whew. He's like, I ain't know what was going on. He said, I thought I was on my way. He's like, but yeah, that shit is funny as fuck though.
He messed around, did that.
Yeah, like because he was on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Because then Anthony Mackie's trying to sneak in his mom's house, and his mom catch him, and Seth is looking at his mom, and his mom got tentacles like an octopus. He's like, okay, all right. But yeah, I ain't gonna tell you no more. Yeah, that's my shit though. I like that. That's a newer movie for me. I think it came out in 2015. but I watch it every year.
What's the name was good? Candy Cane Lane was good. You like that?
Yeah, I watched that. I didn't watch that this year.
Okay.
I don't know. It was good, but it wasn't like a rewatch for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's weird. Some movies aren't a rewatch for me.
Yeah.
Like I watch some newer Christmas movies, and it's like when I get done, I'm like, oh, that was a good movie. It was a nice Christmas movie. Got me in the mood, you know, with the lights and stuff, and him trying to with the competition and all that. And I'm like, oh, that's a good movie. Like, that was good, but it wasn't like I'll watch it again. I mean, I probably would if you know if I was just sitting down looking for a Christmas movie because it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Like instead of trying to watch a movie and it being shitty, you know, a new movie that I don't know about, but it's just not on the top of my list as a rewatch. Like my rewatches are, my favorite Christmas, one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's my rewatch. I watch that every year. Die Hard, watch that every year. The Night Before, I do watch that every year but that's a newer rewatch. I ain't even watched Christmas Story this year. And I usually watch that every year. That was one of my all-time favorites. But I think I've seen it so much. Like it ain't even enjoyable. Like I don't even pay attention to it. Like I tried. I put it on a couple times and I just be on my phone and like whatever. So it's just background noise.
Yeah, I've been kind of wanting to go back and watch Frosty the Snowman. Like
the cartoon?
Was it a cartoon?
The claymation?
Yeah.
I watch that. I watch that every year. Yeah, I watch Frosty. I watch Charlie Brown's Christmas.
And there's a Rudolph, right?
Yeah,
Rudolph. I think I like that one.
Rudolph, I try to watch.
Yo, that song been in my head.
What,
Christmas time is here.
Oh, Charlie Brown?
Yeah. It's been I don't know why. Like it's just been in my head.
They had a commercial. Maybe you saw the commercial.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
they had a commercial with that song in there.
Christmas time.
You hear like
you know the word?
I don't remember. I just know when I hear it.
I probably heard it somewhere.
No, you know what? I think Home Alone 2. That's one that I watch every year. I don't watch Home Alone 1 every year though. I watch it sometimes, but Home Alone 2 I watch every year. Might be a trillionaire tonight. I mean a billionaire.
Oh, you played the lotto?
Played the lotto. I just looked on my phone and it said I did the Cash for Life, which is $1,000 a day for life. I did that and I played I always win that $4. I always be winning like $4. But I played the Mega Millions, which is like $1.2 billion tonight. That's crazy to me.
Man.
That's crazy. I can't even fathom that. I don't even know if I want that much money. I'll probably give half of that shit away. For real. Like I'll make some trust for my that would be my plan. If I want that money, I'll make some trust for my kids. And you know, like my girl's son, my nephew, my kids, I'll make trust for all of them. So they'll be good when everything go down, you know, when I'm out of here. And then I'll shoot you some cash. I'll shoot my that money, like that much money. I wouldn't even want that much money. Like that's crazy to me. That's why I don't understand billionaires now. But we ain't gonna get on that. Trying to be fun today. But yeah, like I don't even want that much money. So I'll do that. I'll make the trust so I don't spend it all, and then they ain't got shit. Like I'll make sure I make trust for all of them with some type of maybe stipulations like, yo, y'all gotta be doing something. Y'all can't just get this money. Just you know, I still want to give them. I'd have a stipend where they can get regardless, so they can survive. But they ain't getting like millions unless they doing something productive. All that. I would contact the lawyer first. That would be the first thing I do. Make them trust like that, and then I'll probably just be shooting on the ground charities, like stuff I know that they doing stuff. I'll just be shooting them cash, like my boys' charity and a couple charities in Bristol, like those people that I know that are running them, that are really trying to do stuff. I'll be shooting everybody some cash, cause you can't spend. That's why I don't understand. I don't understand billionaires. Like I don't understand keeping that much money, like hoarding that much money. Like I understand wanting to be good, but when you get into 500, 600 million, like you should be all right. Like you should be all right.
Yeah.
Like why you need $1 billion?
Right.
Like I just can't understand hoarding that much money. Hey, listen, I'll be shooting, I'll be building shit, I'll be trying to solve. They said it'll only take like $32 million or something like that going straight to homelessness to solve that shit. It's something
Really?
low
What?
like that. Like, and I'm sure it's not. It might not be solved in the greatest way.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's million or billion. It's
Okay.
something small and relatively.
Mhm.
Like feeding the whole world is like 30 billion, which these motherfuckers got like $300-400 billion dollars. Like if I could feed, I mean, if you got that much ego, what's better than the fucking end hunger?
Right.
And then you could be like, I end hunger. Like even if you're doing it to do that, like why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
Like if you're doing it just to be like, oh, end hunger because I'm the man. Like if that's that route you want to take, why wouldn't you do that?
Right.
Like you could have that forever. Like that's you forever.
Yeah.
Like you is solidified. You and your family solidified in the history
better
books.
put your name on it.
Yeah, you solidified forever. But you motherfuckers want to buy more buildings and buy more rockets and shit. But all right, I'm gonna get off that because you can't spend that shit. Ain't no way you can spend that shit. Like people don't understand. I think somebody broke it down with rice just so you could see it with your eye, and they were like, "This is $100 million." It was like one rice, and they were like, "This is $100 billion," and it was like a pile of rice like this, and that's the difference between 100 million and 100 billion. Like people, I don't think people understand how much money that is. Ain't no way you can spend it, and that's kind of how it happens too. But I mean, there's a way you can spend it. Like I said, if you're trying to solve some social issues, man, listen, I'll be like, ain't nobody in the United States have to work. Well, everybody that's doing something productive, y'all ain't got to work no more. I'm giving everybody money. We'll see if I'm a billionaire tonight.
I hope you are.
I do too. I do too, because I do need some of it. Like I will be banking some of it.
I need to go get me one of them tickets. That's what I need to
One of what?
do. One of them tickets.
What tickets? Oh, the Powerball. I mean, the Mega Million tickets.
That what it is?
The Mega Billions.
That what it is?
Yeah, one of them. Let me see. The days between Christmas and New Year's aren't real. For real, man. It's like you in limbo. Days between Christmas.
Like I was telling you about the JPP and how Joe said there was going to be a Christmas episode, but there wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I just figure like they got caught up in Christmas like everybody else, you know?
Yep.
Like, shoot, the Breakfast Club ain't putting out nothing right now. Like,
No, most people don't.
Yeah.
Most people aren't putting out nothing right now.
Yeah.
Most people go on break during that holiday. Like during between Christmas and New Year's, like most people go on a break. Television shows go on a break. All of Hollywood damn near shuts down. They don't know shit. Whatever that's coming out has already been filmed. As far as shows like TV shows, you see all them. Most of them are on a break. Because they filming weekly, so it's almost like a regular job. Like they just go on break. Cause all the crew, people gotta understand. Like you got film crew, you got all that, like hundreds and hundreds of people to film shows and stuff. And they probably got a lot of people too to film stuff. So I mean, it's not as much as a TV show, but still, if you want to be, maybe he was like, yeah, we're gonna have a Christmas show. Maybe everybody's like, what the fuck? And he's like, all right, never mind, we ain't gonna have no Christmas show then. You don't know.
Because they had the tape on Christmas Eve. They would have to.
Yeah. Like who wants to do that? If if you're into it and you with your family or whatever, like some people might not give a fuck. Joe might not give a fuck, but who else? Like everybody else might. I guess a lot of dudes be last minute being there Christmas Eve trying to buy shit, trying to figure out what they doing for Christmas, all that stuff. Last minute. So I got a PS Portal for Christmas. Shout out to my lady. Pretty dope. I ain't like it when it first came out, because when it first came out, it was just remote. Where you just had to connect to your PS5. That was it. And that was the only way you could play games. If you was in your house, like, I'm like, wow, I'm in my house. I'm like, but now you can play streaming. You ain't even got to have a PS5. You just use that and play. So it's pretty dope. You just got to have the internet. Because now you can stream games. That's wild. Like just game streaming now is wild to me. You just stream a game. Like it's not downloaded, it's not anything. You just streaming it like you stream a movie or anything else, but you're playing a video game.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, man, that's crazy technology.
And you can save progress and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
It saves on your machine, but the actual game ain't on your machine.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got premium, PlayStation Premium, which I had it already, because it's like 50 free games a month that is just on there that you can download or whatever. It's not for free because you're playing monthly. But yeah, I pay like $17 a month for that. And then I can stream games. I can download mad games. I ain't buying no games. Not paying monthly. So I don't even buy games no more. But yeah, I was enjoying that. Yeah, everything's a monthly charge now. Mm-hmm. That's how they get you. They want you for life. They want you paying for life. They want the reoccurring bills. That's where the money's at.
As many games as you want.
Well, no, they got certain games. Like brand new games usually ain't in the catalog.
Okay.
But they be put in there like.
That's like movies in the theater.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Okay.
Like brand new games come out. They might not be in there for like 6 months though.
Okay.
Like it's a little longer than movies.
Mm-hmm. But
they'll get put in there eventually. Mm-hmm. They'll move in there, and I be waiting. Or they have, even if don't have that membership, you still get 3 free games a month because they still offer 3 free games a month. So, and if you add that to your cart, I don't know how Xbox is, but PlayStation, if you add it to your list, you have it for life, whether you download it or not. You just got to go in there and add to library, so then you have it for whenever. So I'll just be going in there like every month, every Tuesday. Every first Tuesday of the month, they got 3 new games that's free. And shoot, 2K be on there, and like after 6 months or so, they be having 2K for free. I'm like, I ain't buying none of these games. I'm just wait. It ain't like that for me no more. So I'll just wait for games.
$17 a month.
Yeah, $17 a month.
Save a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, like, even though it's, 200, whatever, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Yeah, about 200. It's about 200 a year. I just rounded it to 20 just so I could figure it out. But yeah, it's about 200 a year. But even that, if you going to buy a $70 game, and that's 2 games. Like, if you buying 2 $70 games, your membership is paying for that. So I don't need it. I can only play 1 game at a time, really, too. Like, I'm not the one that be switching anymore. Like, in my old age, I be like, in my old age, I can't play video games like that no more. Like, I'll play 1 game. If I find a good game, I'll play that 1 game until I beat it. I just read a story when Jennifer Lopez asked Bruno Mars to perform. He charged $5 million to perform at her wedding. Mm-hmm. I mean, she ain't pay it. She was like, this is ridiculous.
Okay.
But that's what he charging, $5 million. So anybody want Bruno Mars at their wedding? Or I don't know, that might be his celebrity price. These celebrities, they be adjusting their prices depending on the person. I don't like that. Like, you have one price. If you're gonna have one price, have one price. Like, but I mean, I kind of like it when it's for the poorer person. Like, when you lower your price for the poorer person, I think that's cool. But at the same time, I'm like, people, that's what people do. They be giving you the celebrity price. Like, if they know you got money, like even regular people, if they think, they be doing it to me. They be like, oh, he got money. Like, nah, bro, ain't not like that. Like, I'm all right, I'm good, but not like that. You charging me extra?
I like what I heard about TDE. I think they do a performance in Compton. Is it Compton every year?
Probably.
Yeah,
that's where that most of them from.
Kendrick, all of them there. Kendrick perform.
Yeah, they do for free, right?
I think so, and I think it might be if I'm not mistaken, maybe a toy drive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's dope. I'm not saying that makes you less of a person if you don't do it, but it's cool to see. Like, knowing these people ain't got the cash like that to maybe even buy a ticket to your concert when you having it at whatever. Like, concert tickets is crazy now. So that's a cool thing.
I like how, like, you listen to the remix of what's it called? Don't Kill My High.
Yeah.
And like Kendrick, he said early on, he was like, what'd he say? Something platinum in 4 weeks. Wait, Trinidad James in 4 weeks. now my album platinum.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, so what? Y'all keep the numbers. You know, from the early on, he just was like, well, and he was focused on, like, you know what I mean, like, not the material things and the money, and he was, about things that are more important, about being himself and not letting the money change him.
Yeah, the thing is, and that's cool. Like, and I really believe him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When he, because it's people kind of get it confused sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want the money, you want the success. Like you need that money, but it ain't gotta be the whole focus of everything. And it can be sincere. Like people look at it like, oh, well, if he was really sincere, he wouldn't be getting paid. Like, that's not realistic. Like, he should make what he's worth, whatever that is, whatever somebody is deeming him worthy of. He should be able to make that and have it, but at the same time, that doesn't have to be your sole focus. Everything, that's a tool. I always say that. Money's a tool. Money's a necessity. A tool, and having a lot of money doesn't make you a terrible person. Too many people feel like it does, and it can. I mean, it can make you a terrible person. It can amplify. I look at it like money can amplify your values. So if you have shitty values, money can amplify that shit. But if you have good values, you can still have good values and be rich. Like, you can give back. You can have enough for your family and to live well. Ain't nothing wrong with living well, but it's a tool. You can't be in love with it. That's the thing. Money ain't the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil, and that's what it is. Yeah, you got any plans for the new year? Working.
What, like the holiday?
Yeah, like New Year's Eve.
That's on, like,
Tuesday. That's
working.
A work day, right?
Yeah,
be working. Nah, I feel you. Yeah, I ain't. I'm tapped out, so I don't know if I'm doing anything. I'm tapped out. This holiday got me tapped. Like for real.
I gotta celebrate my holidays on the weekend.
I feel you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta work. Just like I said, you need money. Money is a tool.
Unless I win this
you win
billion.
this money tonight. Yeah, win this money tonight. When it's money tonight, you might not see the podcast for a while. Nah. Or it might be at a building. You might have
we're gonna up it.
We're gonna up the podcast. Have some guests on, some celebrity guests. Listen, yeah, I'm just doing it. I mean, we do it for fun now, but I'll really be doing it for fun, because then we could really do it. We ain't got to work. We ain't got to work.
Everything you saying, I'm thinking of a song for it.
That's what happens. That's how your brain work. Got quiet. I was thinking about them leftovers we got.
Run it down again. You said you got.
Man, we got cabbage,
salad,
potato salad, some ribs,
chicken.
There's a bunch of shit I don't eat.
Yeah.
And a bunch of shit that ain't nobody in the house gonna eat anymore.
Word.
Well, my lady's son might eat the ribs or whatever, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
Beef ribs?
Yeah, beef ribs. Right. Nah, we don't fuck with pork. Beef ribs, chicken, fish.
Whiting,
fried whiting. Yeah, nothing healthy. We can't fuck with healthy fried chicken. Beef ribs. We ain't fucking with nothing healthy on the on the holiday. That's sad. No, we got salad. We got a bunch of, like, 2 tins of salad.
What kind of salad?
Just tossed salad. Got like
lettuce,
tomatoes, cucumbers.
Okay.
Like that. Got some good Italian dressing, some expensive shit.
Now, yeah. Italian.
It ain't even open because I don't think nobody on Christmas ate, because we hosted.
Yeah.
I hosted Christmas this year. Well, my lady hosted Christmas more than me, but it was mostly my family though. So I think her family went, the family that she usually fucks with. They went somewhere. They went away. Like, I don't know. They went to Mexico or somewhere. I don't send their business out there. I'm gonna put their business out there. But they went away, so they didn't come. One of these days we want to have like a big family dinner, like with both sides, because I don't think both sides ever met. But yeah, it's, what else? Macaroni and cheese, of course.
Any desserts?
Yeah. Man, we got cheesecake, cookies, Oh, banana pudding is wiped out. Banana pudding is wiped out. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Dang.
That shit was wiped out that day.
Okay.
I was wiped out. But we got cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. I bought cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory because I don't bake.
That's your jam.
She bakes. Right? Yeah, that's my shit. But she bakes cookies from scratch.
What kind of cookies?
Peanut butter cookies with the kisses in them.
Oh, wait. The peanut butter kisses or the chocolate kisses?
No, chocolate kisses.
Okay.
Chocolate kisses on the peanut butter cookie.
Okay.
And she got the swirl kisses too.
Okay.
On the
You
peanut
got
butter cookie.
milk?
Milk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you need milk with your cookies? Milk
It just sounds like that'll be good.
Yeah, I don't fuck with milk. We do got milk though because she put milk in it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe like she don't put the almond milk in there. I think she put the regular milk in there.
Did you have some cookies?
I did have some cookies. I don't eat too many. I try not to. They good though.
Mm-hmm.
They good. She was gonna make these Reese Cups cookies with Reese Cups in the middle.
Okay.
She ain't make them yet. She still got all the stuff to make them though. Mm-hmm. So
that'll be banging.
Yeah, maybe she'll make them next week. I don't know.
Oh man, did you lick the pan?
Nah, because she was up early.
Okay.
Cause she broke her elbow or hurt her elbow. Not sure if it's broke yet, but so at night when she usually make the cookies, she couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. I was off, but she's tired and hurting, so she went to bed. She said she just get up in the morning. She got up early. I ain't getting up that early. And we ain't got little kids no more. So back in the day when you had little kids, they used to get up at the crack of dawn trying to wake you up. But I had to wake my son up. So it was funny. It was like 11:30. I'm like, you getting up anytime soon? He like, yeah, I'm getting up. So he came in like 2:00 in the morning. Anyway, night before on Christmas Eve. Yeah, so she ain't make them yet. But what else we got? Might be a couple other things in there.
Imagine like an adult Christmas like that'll make adults want to get up at the crack of dawn. Like what's under there for me? Keys to a new house?
Yeah, depending on what
car,
it is. Yeah.
$1 million.
Listen, I'll be up at the crack of dawn, but it's gotta be one of them things. Get me up at the crack of dawn. But that's true. I seen some people online. Yeah, let's discuss some of the people that got gifts. I saw a family, black family, give all 4 of their kids cars. And I thought that was dope.
Yeah, nice.
You know, the one was like, and it was really practical cars, but still, to be able to give your family, your 4 kids cars, because they all were of age, driving age, and none of them had cars. They all worked and stuff, and they all was getting good grades. And I think one was in college, but the rest was in high school. But they all was doing, you know, they was doing what they supposed to be doing. I ain't see nothing wrong with that. I'm like, if you got the money, if you can do it, like, why not? Why not? And the kids are good and productive citizens. Like, they doing what they supposed to be doing. I know people like, well, they supposed to be doing it. Like, that's what I saw a lot of people like, oh, these people wild and they just showing off. Or people was mad. You know, people on the internet mad about everything. That shit crazy to me. Like, and then there was another person, this girl, another black girl that she got a BMW, which is a little bit more pricier. But I'm like, if the family can do it, why not? It ain't like, and she was in, I think she was in, I don't know, no, it's somebody else that was in MIT, but she was in like a good school. Like she just got accepted to, I think Howard, or there was another school that she was about to pick between. She wasn't sure, but she, you know, Dean's List 4.0 in, well, I don't know if it's called Dean's List in high school, but 4.0, you know, honors society, honors list, all that good stuff, doing what she's supposed to do, about to go to college, got, I think, a scholarship or a partial scholarship. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
She need a car, and if that's the car they want to get her, more power to them. That's what's up. I love to see it. I'm not a hater. I love to see it. I can't stand the people hating. They just hating they blood. Yeah, I love to see that shit.
Was loans off?
No, you know, loan forgiveness.
Yeah.
People are getting their loans forgiven.
Yeah.
But the people that already paid their loans, there's some people that already paid their loans.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, I had to pay my loan fully. Like, that's weird to me. Like, that's
another
some
one under the adult
shit.
Christmas tree.
Oh yeah,
loan
true.
forgiveness.
Loan forgiveness. Yeah, that'll get me up in the morning if I had any loans still.
Shoot, 700 credit score.
The 800 credit score.
800 credit score.
I already got mine's already close to 7, but my shit was fucked up. I had to get it back together. My girl got 800. She she been rocking 800 for a while now. But yeah,
nice.
that's stuff like that. That's the adult Christmas. I try to remember. I mean, I remember.
I remember.
No, I remember,
Okay.
but it's hard to remember. Like it's hard to feel that feeling. I remember how I felt, and I remember how. But like it's been so long since I felt that way that it's just like it's just a memory. It's not like a feeling no more. Like I can't. I don't know. Like I'm just up. I'm up at night watching movies and on Christmas. I lean into Christmas. I said that on Threads. Like my mom was a Christmas. Like that was her favorite holiday. She was all in. And I always liked Christmas, but it wasn't as much as it is now since she passed. Like, you know how some people go the other way, like it's a sad time and they don't like it. I went even on the Christmas after she passed, like it was fresh and it was fucked up. Like don't get me wrong, but I just leaned into that shit. Like I wasn't sad. I wasn't being sad. You know, I went to visit her gravesite. I did all that, and I was sad at that moment, but I was trying to, you know, keep my spirits up, and I was leaning into the decorating and all that shit. Especially once I got my own house. Like I was like, I'm leaning into all that, and it's been like that ever since. So I love Christmas. Like I love it. I love getting people shit. Hey, that's why I'm tapped out now. I'm like trying to give people some shit. You know, tapped out city. I'm tapped out for real. I ain't been tapped out like this in a while. Like I'm tapped out, and I'm like, whew. Payday can't come soon enough.
They gotta feel good.
I gotta get my shit back up.
Like good stuff, nice stuff.
Yeah, like it does feel good to me. Like it's good that because I haven't always been able to do it. So now that I can, you know, not saying it, you know, I ain't saying like that. Like I ain't got it like that, but you know, now it's not like it used to be. So I definitely can spend some money and get somebody some good shit.
I thought of another one.
What's that?
Get your hairline back. You get that under
Yo,
the tree.
I'll be up at 1 o'clock. I won't even go to sleep. Like before, if I can get my hairline back, not that it's terrible, but it is. Like I got some. I'm thinning. We was talking about that because my nephew is thinning. You know, he's thinned out. He bald now.
Oh, okay.
Like he cut it all
How old
off.
is he now?
27, 28.
Wow.
So, but he went bald like a long time ago, like 25, 24.
Oh, wow.
So, or started. His dad was bald when he's young, so you know it's hereditary sometimes. And he just went the full. But you know, he nice looking kid. Like he fine with the bald head. So he always wear hats and stuff. I'm sure he's self-conscious because it's always self-conscious for everybody. Like when you start to lose your, I don't think people understand that about for men. I mean, it's self-conscious for women too, because ladies go through it too. Like they start to lose their hair too. But it's just common for men to lose their hair. But I know ladies always feel like, oh, men don't give a fuck about nothing. Like they just be out.
Right.
And sometimes it is true. Like they got more shit they worry about than us.
Yeah.
But nah, that should be that'd be psychological for us too. And you start losing your hair.
I don't know what I should do. Like, should I go bald or should I just keep cutting it low?
You still got it ain't too bad up there. Like, I mean, you see the thin spots just like mine. Like I got some thin stuff.
Not like this. Now I'm wondering if any other weight loss like medications are safe enough or healthy enough to take without any side effects. Is there any? I heard that Ozempic has some side effects. Can have some side effects.
Yeah, I mean,
but I heard there's other kinds, not just Ozempic.
Yeah, they got all types. And I mean that medication was developed for diabetes, but it's just a byproduct because that's part of like how you control and get rid of diabetes is losing weight. So it just helps with your blood sugar, and your blood sugar helps you lose weight when your blood sugar is down. So all that goes together. But the byproduct is losing weight. So that's why people start taking the medication. But then you have medications that got the same stuff as Ozempic that's just for weight loss. So that's the only reason they made it. And I'm sure it has some side effects. But the thing is, like, before they were saying you needed to be on it forever. But if you change your diet, you don't. And that's the thing. Most of these people that are taking it, it's the easy fix for them. Not the ones that need it. And I understand if you're a certain weight, like you to be healthy, you might need it, and it's better than surgery. I would think it's better than getting a surgery. But if you change your diet and you eat right, you don't have to take it forever. Once you lose the weight. But I know some people that have got off of it and they can't gain weight. Like they're still losing weight.
Okay.
So that's a side effect that you might not want.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people just want to lose 50 pounds, depending on how big they are, maybe 30, 20 pounds. Like, but if you just keep losing, you keep getting skinnier, like that's not good. In here, like the movie Thinner.
Ain't no way to counteract that.
Eating, but that's part of the not the side effect. That's the effect. I heard people be like, man, I eat 1 carrot and I'm full. I don't want no food. And that's how it helps you lose weight, because it make you not want to eat. And I know people that after they've taken it, they still don't want to eat. Like they still don't have an appetite. So like it's hard to eat without an appetite. I told them people they need to smoke some weed. That might be what you gotta do. That's what they do with medical. That's one of the medical uses. So you can get your appetite back. They one of the medical uses of marijuana. Well, who knows? But then you fluctuate. Then you back up and down. Like it's hard when you take a medication or surgery and stuff, because it's a quick fix, but you still got to change your lifestyle in order to keep it right and healthy. So if you still got to change your lifestyle, why don't you just change your lifestyle? You know what I mean?
It's not as easy as that.
That's what I mean, though. But that's what I'm saying. If you having a quick fix with this and you want to get off of it, and then you gain weight again because you haven't changed your lifestyle. Like that's the thing.
But I can see how, even with myself, how people may try or want to and try things and still fall back into overeating and, into where they feel like they're not getting nowhere. They're trying, they want to, they try different things, but they're not getting where they want to get. So they say, let me try this. I can see it.
Nah, yeah. I mean, definitely. If it was that easy, everybody would do it. And if everybody had the willpower to do it, like I said, everybody would do it. So, it's easy for me to say. I'm not there either. I just would never. I ain't gonna say never. Like if it was health and I needed to do something about it right away, I may think about doing that.
Yeah, when I felt like things were real serious, and like I needed to make a change, I've done it. And
that's the thing. Like if I was getting to that point, I've had in the past, and I would in the future. Like I would just get to that point where I would just be stringent and make a change, extreme change. That's what happened to me when I graduated college. I think I was 230, and like 8 months after college. When I graduated college, I think I was 195, and like 8 months after college, I was at a sit down job. My first job out of college, I gained 40 pounds, and my doctor was like, yo, you got to do something. Like, he already told me I was too big at 195 for my height, but I was working out. I was working out in school. I was playing basketball every day. So, and working out, lifting weights. So even though he felt like I was too big, I was in shape. So, but when I graduated and I stopped working out like drastically, because I was trying to learn this new job and it was stressful kind of, and first time having a big job, like there was, career job, and I don't know, I just blew the fuck up, and I had a baby. Like that's the other thing. Like I had a baby at that time, like shortly 6 months after I graduated. So I was really just playing video games, going to work. That was it, and taking care of my baby, like holding my baby, doing all that stuff. So I blew the hell up, and my doctor was like, "Listen, everything was high, cholesterol, what else? Whatever was high that can be high, that's deadly, was high. Blood pressure, cholesterol, sugar, all that shit was skyrocket." And he was like, "Listen, you gonna die." Like that's what he used to say. He used to tell me. Because me and my doctor, he was my doctor forever. So we just had that type of rapport. He was like, "You gonna die." He said, "I'm telling you straight up, you gonna die." He said, "I think my cholesterol was like 3 something, which is crazy, and my sugar was high. I was probably borderline diabetic, and I was 26, I think at that time. Yeah, 26. I'm Jalen. Yeah, I was 26. I had to think about it. Hey, long time ago, but yeah, doctor was like, "You got to do something. You're gonna die," and I did something. I started P90X. I remember that. I started doing P90X. That thing is the truth. I don't care what anybody say. I know people was saying something. I don't know if he was a scam, but I don't think anybody thought that actual workouts was a scam. I just think they thought he was scamming or something with some other stuff. I don't know. I don't care because that P90X, I lost so much weight. When I went to the doctor's the next visit, he was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You're losing too much weight." And I was like, "Well, he told me I need to lose weight." Everything was perfect too. My cholesterol was perfect. My sugar was perfect. Blood pressure was perfect. I was like, man.
So you started working out, and did you change how you were eating too?
Yeah, started working out. I think that's when I started hard with the vegan. Well, I say plant-based because I ain't care about leather. I wasn't vegan where you caring about everything.
Right.
Every single thing. I just started eating plant-based. Stopped with I was a vegetarian anyway, but I was still eating chicken at that time.
Okay.
So I stopped with the chicken, stopped with the fish, started plant-based, doing the P90X that was 7 days a week because they had a tape for every day. I mean, it wasn't strenuous 7 days a week, but it was the yoga. That's when I got introduced to yoga and figured out that it wasn't no bullshit. Like I used to be like, yoga's some bullshit. Back then I probably was like, that's some women shit. When I was a little sexist. I was 28 when I started changing. Yeah, I was 26 when I graduated. Yeah, it was like 28 when I maybe 28, 29 when I started getting serious about weight loss. Yeah, and I was probably like, that's some women stuff, the yoga. Man, listen. That yoga is serious. Yoga's serious. Like keeping them poses, like you gotta pose. And they was doing real yoga. Like it was like an hour and a half. I remember that tape because that was the longest tape. I used to dread doing that tape or DVD. I had it on DVD, and because they had the chest, the back. You had the chest and back on Mondays. I think Tuesdays was like legs and biceps or something. That shit used to be the truth. And I ain't even had no weights. Like I wasn't even lifting weights then. I don't think, because I wasn't going to the gym. I was at home doing it. Yeah, that got me right. My lady's been dedicated last, I don't know how long, but she got a personal trainer. She doing her thing. Her girlfriend's her personal trainer, but she's a real personal trainer. Like, and she ain't doing the friend training. Like she treating her just like a client. Got her on a plan. Like she lost 32 pounds, I think, in 6 months. And I think 6 months. I'm not sure. But she looking good. She got, she getting healthy, eating right. I just think maybe she needs to eat more protein, and because it's hard. Because she been training so much, she got to eat a lot more, which is weird, and she don't want to eat more. Right. So it's hard for her to eat more, and it's not just she don't want to eat more. It's just she doesn't have the appetite to eat more. And she's eating what she can, and trying to get her protein in, but it's just not enough. You gotta eat more calories. Like even her trainer was like, you gotta eat more calories. So that's great. Like I wish I could get there where I gotta eat more food and not eat less. Man, just gotta eat the right things. That's what I always tell people. You gotta eat. When you start eating the right things, you can eat more of it.
Listening to Pimp a Butterfly, it looks like Kendrick may have dealt with like suicidal thoughts. And like if you listen to the lyrics, it comes up a few times. I don't know if it was on that album, but he said, "Oh, my niece." He talked about his niece, and she worth living for. He said something like that, and where like in the past, it came up like on I think in the third verse or the third part, he's like, if you think it sounds good, but really listen to what he's saying. He said, I went to war last night with an automatic weapon. Like, that sounds like, you know, maybe he, now this is how I'm interpreting it. I don't know if I'm right, but it sounds like, you know, he contemplating it, but, you know, he's also fighting against it. And then also, what's the Loving You is Complex? Wait, no. It's one of them songs on the Pimp a Butterfly where he's rapping at somebody that's mad at him after he made it, and he wasn't there, he wasn't around.
Yeah.
And he was like, what if I
remember that.
Yeah, it's like, what if I tell you secrets? Like, what if they knew, like, basically in so many words that you were suicidal? Like, that you know.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know if it was him, and it could have been him, or he was just making the, you know, like Pac used to do. You know, whether it's him or he's just making that analogy. But like everything ain't on the, you know, like you look at everything ain't green on the other side of the fence. And you don't know what people going through. But make it personal. That's how Pac used to do. Like he would make stuff personal, but necessarily he didn't go through that stuff. He just used to.
Well, because
I mean, I don't know either way. Like I don't know.
I mean, I feel like it's him because it comes up several times, and he a lot of times will say Kendrick. He'll say his own name and like express that it's him that's saying going through this. But you know, I like when he was like, you know, oh, my niece came, she's something to live for. But it's like in that third verse of These Walls, where he's talking about the guy that killed his homeboy, but got locked up that same night, and like he's talking about, okay, basically now I'm fucking your girl, she fucking this big rap star, famous rapper, like it's just
that was
like
his
eerie,
that was his get back.
Yeah, it was like eerie, but then after that he's like consumed with vengeance. Like he says that poem throughout it. Yeah. And then he's
because that was way because he got locked up, so he couldn't get him.
Yeah.
So that was his way of getting back. Yeah. Revenge. Yeah.
I never heard nothing like that. Like on no song, no rap song, I never heard like that's so real. Like, and that escaped me the first time when it came out, I guess in 2015.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize that. I just thought it was a good song.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, you just listening to stuff and it's not, you know, it's not really registering. Yeah. Like you hear the lyrics, but you're not really registering what it's meaning. The meaning behind it.
You look at Section 80 and what you call Overly Dedicated. Like these things he's saying.
I don't know if I ever heard any songs off of Overly
these
Dedicated.
Like black power things he's saying, or encouragement for the black community and things like this. It's not new. Like he was saying this stuff on High Power. Yeah. Like and
yeah, I mean this is him. Like it's always been him.
And also the spoken words type of bag he gets in sometime. That's not new.
Yeah, no.
But he took it to
that's him. Yeah. Like that's him. His skills just got better from doing it. You know, that's what happens sometimes. Like, you know, you just you're practiced.
And you're right. And a lot of people are right. Good Kid, Mad City is dope. Like it's like far as like sound, it's more hip hop.
Yeah.
Than
I like it because he's, even though he's affiliated, it's coming from like I'm not a gang member.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of the stuff that he's talking about, like he's coming from just being in that environment. Like he's talking from a person that just grew up in this environment that had to move a certain way in order to stay alive, but not necessarily in it like that, you know, and or not wanting to be in it like that and trying other ways to get out. But this is where I'm at, so this is how I gotta move, and this is what happens, and I get caught up with other people. And I think you're right. Like I know I said no, but I think I have been in certain situations like that in throughout the album, and I think maybe that's why it resonated with me so much, because I felt like I was him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not that drastic, because it wasn't gang culture like that. I mean, it was gang culture, but it wasn't gang culture like that, like it is in LA. You know, so, but I could equate some of the stuff that I've been through, kind of feeling like him, like feeling like, you know, I had to be involved in this type of stuff because people I knew or people I was cool with or whatever. So I just felt like, all right, I'm just riding along with you or whatever. And then you get caught up in some bullshit and it just is what it is. And that's, you know, so it probably did play a more role than I thought about with liking that album.
Like, I don't, you know, this might be subjective. I don't know, but I did feel like to Pimp a Butterfly, he grew as a recording artist. I thought he got better, stronger vocally. Like I felt like.
Well, personally, I think every album he grew. Like I think he wanted to though. Like he pushed himself to do different shit on every album. And I just think that's the type of artist he is. And he's been that artist from the beginning. Like he just was in a certain box when he was, you know, like with Section 80, and I only heard Section 80. I never heard the other album, but
okay,
you know, I'm sure it's probably the same
it's
way.
It's good.
Yeah.
Like all of it is good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then I told you, I started gravitating towards them earlier albums because he's rapping more. He's rapping more. Like, it's like by the time you get to Damn,
A major.
His rapping is more slower and more
auto-tune for a
simplified.
minute.
Oh yeah,
it was like his rapping. Nah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but yeah, like by the time you get to Damn, like I was telling you, if you just listen to Damn, like when I listened to Damn, like I was like, damn, this is a good album. Like, it's a good ass album. But if you go back and listen to this earlier stuff and then listen to Damn, it's like, oh, you recognize it's different.
Yeah,
like he's rapping.
No, you do recognize it.
Yeah, like on the first 3 projects, Overly Dedicated, Section 80, and to Good Kid, Mad Sippy. Good Kid,
Mad Sippy. Good Kid, Mad Sippy. Sippy cups, bitch.
Good Kid, Mad City. Mad Sippy is swimming pools. But he's rapping. He's rapping. Like
rapping.
Like you gotta listen. You gotta, you know, it's dope. Like the way he's rapping. Like, and then like To Pimp a Butterfly.
I might go back to listen to some of them albums because I don't think I've ever went back. Like I told you, for some reason his albums didn't have replay value for me, and I listened to him for, I don't know why either. I don't know why, because it's good music. Like I can recognize that it's good, but and some people's albums are like that for me. Like there's been a couple albums like that. I don't know I should sit down and like really think about it, really like go through these albums. Because there's other artists' albums, too, that haven't had replay value for me versus other albums that have. So I really should. I want to get to the bottom of that. Maybe I will one day. I have enough time this week. Maybe I'll sit there and think about it and listen to a whole bunch of different albums and see what type of elements are there that just don't. Because like I said, I listened to the album. And I don't mean after one time. I mean, I've listened to them multiple times. But when I like an album and has replay value to me, I'll listen to that bitch. You know, listen to that bitch. Like I'll listen to that shit. So it doesn't do that. Like none of his albums I listened to once and was like, oh, this is trash. Or this ain't got replay value. I'm not gonna listen to it again. Nah, I listened to his album for like a week, like back to back. And it's not even that, you know, because there's other albums I did the same thing and I still want to hear.
Okay.
So it's something. I don't know what that something is though. I don't know what that is.
Can I say something? This is not Kendrick hate. This is just making a realization, and I don't know if I should say it because maybe people don't realize it because they don't know, or I don't know. But what I realized from me and looking at all of his work, Kendrick. I mean, you can cut this out if this is too controversial, but Kendrick, even during the battle, was not good, not at his best. Neither of them were. They weren't at their prime. They weren't as good as they ever were during that battle. Like, I'm listening to both of them, Drake, Kendrick, they weren't as good as they were. Like, they weren't at their prime during that battle. Like, Kendrick, I'm so watching my words, but if I say it plain, Kendrick has been way better in on past, like, when overly.
See, I don't.
Listen, go back and listen.
No, I
Listen to
will
overly
because I haven't listened, but
Section 80.
just knowing, I mean, I ain't got to re-listen to Good Kid, Mad City because I listened to that for
like,
8 months.
Rapping wise, like
I don't think that
this happens. Rappers, it seems to happen over time. They decline as far as.
I don't think that. I just think it's different. Like they have different subject matters, different things. Like I don't think their skills decline though.
I think
some rappers do. I mean, some rappers have.
Okay, maybe this is controversial.
Some rappers have undeniable.
Again, leave this in.
Some rappers undeniably have been trash. You know, well, I can't even say trash, but undeniably have gotten worse than they were.
I think like this is not Kendrick hate. This is not.
No, I don't
nobody
think it is.
hate, but I think this happens like. Or whether it be they get like, I don't know what it is, but I can say what it is, but Kendrick don't rap like he used to rap. I think he even went through, like, he had writer's block. You know what I mean? Like, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers don't sound like Section 80 or Good Kid, Mad City. Like,
no, yeah, it's different sound.
Like even
the rapping.
No, yes,
different.
the rapping. Even on GNX.
I don't think it.
Even okay. This is my observation.
That's my opinion. I just don't.
Okay.
I don't feel like that.
This is my listen to them earlier albums. Overly Dedicated, Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City. Then listen. Even you can go to GNX. You can go to Damn. You can go to. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, he's not rapping like that on these albums. Even in the battle, he's not rapping like that. Not to say he's not good. Say if he say he was good. He was good, really good in this battle and these later albums. Them earlier albums, he was awesome. He was great. You know, and it's just interesting. And now he's bigger than ever. You know, so. It's not like I'm saying. It's not like I'm saying. If you don't listen to that older stuff, you'll be really entertained by the newer stuff. Not, you know, it's still good, but I'm saying once you listen to the older stuff, you're like, oh, he's not as good as he used to be. Like he's a great recording artist, right? I'm just talking about the rapping, rapping.
I know what you mean. But
like it's not there like it used to be. And during that battle, it was very entertaining. But you know what? Even we said it at the beginning, like it was kind of lackluster.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was lackluster for me because it was just lackluster. But I ain't mean his rapping ability was lackluster. I just wasn't into the whole battle.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Just from my perspective, I don't think it's just from my perspective. I think if you go back and listen, like, even like Euphoria is not what his rapping used to be. You know, none of the songs is what his rapping used to be. Like,
well, I think
actually,
for me, for me, it was better than some of his earlier albums.
Go listen, man.
Not necessarily Good Kid, Mad City, but
Not the two before that either.
After.
Okay, after Good Kid, yeah, that's what I'm saying. After Good Kid, Mad City, he's not really rapping. Except there's some stuff on To Pimp a Butterfly where he's like what you call it?
Yeah, but I'm saying his newer stuff is better than those albums to me.
No,
to me,
no,
to me.
Okay,
he's rapping better.
No, he's no. I disagree.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
I don't think it's my opinion.
It's your opinion. Got to be your opinion.
No,
like,
because
what are you talking about?
No, because there's. It's not. It don't has to be my opinion.
It is your opinion.
No,
like that's not a fact.
It's a fact.
That's not a fact.
Here's a fact because
you can't
there's
say
things
your opinion as a fact. That's not a fact.
If you listen to what he was doing, huh?
It's not a fact. It can't be a fact. It's not a fact.
It can be a fact.
Your
if
opinion.
you just listen to what he's doing on them earlier albums, he's not doing them on these later albums. He's not doing that on these later albums, rapping wise. As far as like,
I don't know how you can say that because like Reincarnated, that song is better than his whole album.
No.
Like earlier albums. Some
No,
of
it's
his
not.
earlier albums.
No, it's not.
Like, it is.
It's
if you
not.
listen lyrically, it is.
No,
lyrically and
it's not
structure,
touching.
it is.
No,
you
it's
might not
not.
like it.
No,
because,
okay, hold on,
or it
hold
might
on.
not be.
Do me a favor.
Lyrically and structure wise,
no, it's not. It's
like
not
that
touching.
shit is
it's
crazy.
not touching Good Kid, Mad City. It's not touching the stuff before.
I
that.
even disagree with that.
It's not like.
I ain't saying all of it, all of Good Kid, Mad City. I'm just saying there's songs on there he's rapping better than.
I disagree. I do like how he rapping on TV off, but it's still
That's less lyrical
than what?
than Reincarnated. But it's just more.
I don't know if it's less lyrical, but
You really gotta. I mean, I know that ain't your favorite song, but you really gotta.
no, I
listen to
like that
structure
song, but
and the rhyme schemes on there, like that shit's crazy.
it ain't wrong that it happens. Maybe like some stuff becomes more important than you than being the rappiest of them of it all. You know, like the most rapping person. Like maybe it becomes more. But also he was always saying something. Like I know at a certain point for me, it became more important what I was saying and like if my message was hitting, if it was landing right. Instead of saying it the most complex way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's just my take on that.
His videos is dope.
Yeah.
So, I've probably watched all the videos.
I haven't.
Because
seen it.
I know I watched this guy. He's what is he? He's a director and a filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done some like big films, like with special effects and stuff. And he was going back. He goes and looks at people's videos he looks at movies and videos, but he goes and looks at people's videos. And he was going through some of Kendrick's videos, and he was just like while he's watching them, he's like, "What year did this come out?" He's like, "This shit is crazy." Like he don't like he's never seen it before because he don't listen to rap. And he's like, I don't listen to rap music, so I don't know. I know a little about Kendrick. He said, of course, it's unavoidable, especially these days, which is probably why I'm doing this video. That's what he said. He's like, it's probably why I'm doing this video, reacting to his old videos.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, I can say, what video was really impressed? I think it was it Damn? No, was it all? They have what? What videos he have for Damn?
DNA.
All Right, DNA. Wait, All Right was on Damn, right?
Yeah. No. No. That was
the one where he was where the dudes is on fire. You remember that video?
I think that might have been DNA.
Yeah. I think it was.
Or was it
I think
Humble?
it was.
It might have been
Humble. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was looking at that video because he was like, like the shots and shit and the special effects. He's like, I don't even know how he did this in whenever that came out. Like, he said, I don't know who he talked to or who he paid. He said, but you can't get these shots in that year. He's like, you know, the equipment didn't come out yet.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't know what he did or where, like, even when the camera was like, he was like, it was a robot that gets those shots. And he said that robot wasn't made yet.
Mm-hmm.
He said, so I don't know if he had some type of crane or and they made it, like they somehow made it do that. He's like, but now you can get those shots. He said in 2024, he's like, you can get those shots with the robot that costs $50,000. He said, but you can get those shots like that. He said, but back then you can't get that shot. And like when dudes was on fire, he's like, I don't know. He said, I know it's not practical effects, but the fire, the CGI is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he was just discussing like how he was all the technical shit, like with filming and just like when it was moving. I didn't even ever notice that. It was just interesting to the eye, so it kept your attention. But when he broke it down, that shit's crazy to me. Cause I'm like, damn, he was even ahead of his time with his videos. Cause he's like, man, cause afterwards he's like, I don't know the song. I don't know if it's good. It sounds good to me. He's like, I don't know if it's, you know, cause I don't listen to rap music, so I don't know how great it is in the pantheon of rapping.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but I want to see more videos from him. He's like, I want to look at more of his videos.
Mm-hmm.
He said, cause I don't know who directed it. I don't know if he had input. He's like, but if he had input, like this shit is crazy. Cause he was talking about all the stuff like the camera angles, and then he explained like it was one angle where it was going back, but it was like jutting.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like getting really small as it was going back. And he's like, yo, that is such a hard shot to get in anything. He's like, with any equipment. He's like, I don't know. And then he explained like how to do it, and then the symbolism, like when they looked like they was at the Last Supper and all that stuff. And he's like, yo, this is wild. He's like, I don't know. He explained in detail. I might look for it. It gotta be in my history. I'm gonna send it to you if I find it. Oh, I don't know. Okay. I don't know who was the director.
I gotta watch that because I have seen clips of it, but I don't recall ever watching.
I watched all his videos because of that. I was saying that to say that's the reason I always watch his videos, because I always recognize how, what's
up with your boy?
Who?
50.
I don't know what's up with him.
Okay.
Why you say that?
Because, like, he was on
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, and the stuff he was saying about Kendrick, and I have my.
I mean, that's what 50 do.
Yeah, but I
don't even know why he went on Andrew Schultz.
But like, I have my speculation of why. I mean,
I know why, because that's what he do.
Oh, here's what I think.
What?
And respect to 50 is just speculation. Like, I wonder if he's taking up for Drake because Drake has so much money, and so Drake is a good friend to have. In
I don't think 50 care about that. I don't think he care about that.
50 don't care about money. Get rich.
No, he care about money, but he don't need to care about his money. He got just as much money. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, 50 don't care to have. I mean, so he could be friends with Kendrick. Like, do you think damn near label mates almost?
So you think it's just genuine that he's on Drake's side. He wants to take up for Drake, and
I don't know if it's genuine.
You think it's genuine that he thinks?
I don't know if it's genuine or not, but I don't think money is playing into it. Like, I think 50 is just being 50.
Like, he says, that's
what he does. He's a contrarian. Like, he's always been that. He's always been a contrarian. Like, where he'll just do shit to do shit. Just like when he was posting about Puffy before he even had beef. Like, when they was having business, he was like, this bitch weird. Like, he just posting shit. You know, I think that's just 50. Like, 50's a contrarian. Posting about Jay-Z. Like, they was supposedly cool again. And then he's just like, oh, this bitch is wild. And see, I told y'all, these weird motherfuckers, like, just doing shit like that. I think 50 is just 50.
But what's unexpected is 50. What his take on Kendrick in that interview where he was saying something.
Well, I ain't watch it because I don't fuck with Andrew Schultz.
He was saying something like, he was like, yeah, Kendrick is who they want to push. Kendrick is what do you say, a media darling. He said he's like what America wants a rapper to be or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't believe that. I think Drake is the one that is the media darling. That's why I said I don't think he believes it. Like, I think he just does shit to be a contrarian. Everybody's on Kendrick's side and he wants to be the opposite. But that's what he always does.
But with his connection to Dr. Dre, to Kendrick, to
that's what I'm saying.
Like, why would he?
But he don't care about that. Like, he's a contrarian. He wants to be extra. I mean, he said shit about Dr. Dre. Like, I mean, he posted about Snoop. Like, he just, that's what he does. Like, that's what he does. I think that's his bag, and that's what he, even going on Andrew Schultz's show after all that shit. Yeah. Like, you know, he don't care, because he's like, I wish a motherfucker would say something about me. Like, going on here. Like, he know motherfuckers gonna say something. But that's him. That's what I think.
Wonder how Kendrick feels.
I don't think he's being real about it. I don't think he's being real about a lot of stuff he does. Like, I just think he's a contrarian where he's like, I don't give a fuck about nothing. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all.
So this ain't,
I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. That's what I think it is.
So I wonder if this is not real to 50. Like he was describing with Jay-Z, he was like, okay, when we saying stuff about each other on songs, like it's no problem. Whatever. Like, but he said if outside of that you trying to stop me from coming to the Super Bowl, then it's like, what's going on here? Like,
no, that's real. I think, and to tell you the truth, I think it's wrestling for him because for one, 50 been in the street. He's been in real beef. He's been in real beef in the music industry. Ja Rule, like, that was real shit. Like, they crews didn't fuck with each other. People got killed over shit. Like, shit happened. And like, that was real beef. That's why he went so hard. He was trying to bury motherfuckers, literally and figuratively. But I think 50 don't look at all this other shit as real. Like, I think he's like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can say whatever the fuck I want. And ain't nobody gonna check me, for one. For two, this ain't real. Like, this ain't real shit. Like, this is just whatever. I just think that's how he operates. That's why he's online all day, like, just posting about anything. Like, he's always talking about people, Madonna, like, you know, like, he just look at it like, I think he look at it like it ain't real. Like, it's just like whatever.
I think like that.
I'm just gonna give my opinion about some shit, and whether I believe it or not.
I just ain't get that one. That's like the only one I ain't get from him. I ain't expecting to go on Andrew Schultz. I ain't expecting to go on there, but then he kind of like, do you think he like diffused it a little bit? Like, people was like, wasn't feeling Andrew Schultz. Not saying.
Because I don't think people still not feeling him.
Okay.
He weird. You saw Ice Cube. I mean, I hate saying Ice Cube's son. Because that's what he was saying. He was like, don't nobody know him other than Ice Cube because he Ice Cube's son. But I was like, nah, not now.
Nah.
Like, I know like he might have got into the business, but now O'Shea Jackson Jr. Like, I know, you know, it's that's like, I don't even. That's why I was mad at myself saying it just now, because I don't usually say it. I don't usually be like, I try to never say about people's kids, like, especially if they've done, you know, they trying to establish themselves. I'm like, I know him from Straight Outta Compton. Like, you know, I know him from Den Thieves.
That's like John David.
Yeah, and he did. Yeah, exactly. Like, it used to be Denzel's son, but now it's John David. Like, now, you know, now I know him. All he said was, he was like, that's weird. He's like, what you said was weird, which it is. It's fucking. It's fucking slavery shit. Like, talking about raping him and shit. Like,
that's where my mind went.
That back breaking. Like, that's slavery shit.
Yeah.
Like, that, it's weird anyway to basically say you're gonna sexual assault somebody. I don't care, man, woman.
It was just, the
whoever.
imagery was weird.
I don't care if you're a fucking comedian or not. Like, that's not funny. Because he wasn't saying it in a funny way. You was like, bitch, he little, I fucking, he couldn't even do nothing about it. Like, that's a weird ass thing to say.
Yeah, it was.
That's weird ass shit to play about anyway. Yeah. You know, man or woman. No, all that shit was weird. Like, all that was weird.
Like, okay, he's like a little baby now, and I'm a fucking.
Oh yeah. That's all that's weird, because that's, you got pedophilia mixed in with fucking sexual assault.
Like, you know what? I found like I don't know. It used to be some dark humor that I could get into, but now
I still like dark
some
humor.
of it, like some of it though, I can't.
I still like dark humor,
Like-
but that's not dark humor to me, because he could have did jokes. He could have said,
right, yeah,
he could have been funny
Mhm.
and been himself. Even
Mhm.
though I don't think he's been funny for a while, but I used to find him funny.
Mhm.
I used to watch him a long time ago
Mhm.
with the Brilliant Idiots. Like when that first came on, like I was into that.
Mhm.
Like, and I thought it was good. I thought, but that's what happens. That's what happens when you make a motherfucker feel too comfortable. Hey, he felt too comfortable. Like he got too comfortable. He felt like he can say anything.
yeah. I don't like the joke that started this whole thing, like, or what he was trying to joke when the guys were saying, hey, they call this when like a white guy gets with a black woman and she upgrades his look, and he was like, nah,
that's even
this and that and this and that.
That was crazy. Like when he said that.
No, he didn't say that.
No, I know he didn't say that.
Other
No,
part.
that was all right. That's all right with me.
Yeah,
like that's cool.
The other part.
I mean,
yeah.
the only reason I didn't like that is it was like saying that you putting all your, like a black woman's supposed to fix a motherfucker.
Okay.
Which that's the only problem I had with that.
Okay.
But I thought it was kind of funny and interesting that a black woman give you style and give you little, and I'm like, that's what they do, but the other shit, like that shit was wild. He's stressed out. He was black. Like, why are you just sitting there as a black man? But that's what they do. A lot of them don't like black women. So, I mean, a lot of them hate themselves. And that's just what it is. Plus, I think them dudes from overseas.
I don't know. I mean, were they just like, they were just, it was caught in an awkward moment.
Ain't no bail. Because even in that moment, you're supposed to say what you feel. Like, especially if it's in that caliber. Like, I don't give a fuck where you at. Like, oh, nah. Even if you ain't want to be aggressive about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm more aggressive than some people are. So I'm not saying you got to be like, nah, fuck you. Why you say that shit?
Yeah.
Like, you could have been like, oh, nah, I don't get down with that. Like, you don't sit there and laugh and just joke because you in that situation.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
It's like somebody on the job, if they would be like, oh, you nigga, like, and you might be uncomfortable, you at work, you don't want to start no fight, I'm still going to say something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I might not be as aggressive as I would be on the street because I am at work, but it's still gonna be something said.
Yeah.
Like you still gonna understand that ain't for you. Like that ain't what you do.
I definitely can see why black women were offended at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because basically he was like he's saying they stressful. Like
that's
they ignorant and got they just
attacking their men. And,
they just be wilding out or whatever. Like that's crazy. Crazy.
Just tried that once that week was over of that comment that he made about Kendrick. I just tried to leave that in the past. I ain't want to focus on that no more that next week.
Nah. I mean, I'm not focused on it. I just don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
Like I ain't fucking with him like that. I think too, he's like, I don't need none of these motherfuckers.
But like I think most of his other rationale I can understand. But I just didn't get that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean I ain't hear any of it, so as soon as I saw him on Andrew Schultz, I was like, "Oh, I ain't watching that shit."
Hold on, should I pull it up so you can see it real
good.
quick? Okay.
Nah, I don't want to see it. I don't even want to give him anything.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on Andrew Schultz.
Yeah,
I ain't giving him none of that shit.
Yeah, just him even going on there, like.
That's what I mean. Like,
but he
I
was
was mad
like,
he even went on there after all that shit.
He was
but 50 ain't never been that person though.
Uh-huh.
So when I saw him, I was kind of like, well, that's par for the course.
He was saying,
because he feel like he can do whatever the fuck he want.
And he was saying, I like y'all comedians, yo. I like y'all kind of like invincible, like, And
that's how he feel.
He said, I ain't understand why you said you want to fuck him, like. And then Andrew saw, because he did say that.
Yeah, he said that.
Andrew Sauce was like, did I say that?
Yeah, he tried to backtrack. That's the other thing motherfuckers was pissed off about. Because they like, oh, yeah, now you going to try to backtrack and play the victim. Because he started trying to play the victim. Like, oh, now y'all want to boycott me. He's like,
no, he said, I
was just being joking.
He said, I say that? I said, I make love to him. But in there, he did say, oh, I might as well fuck you now.
That's weird, too. Like, all that shit is weird.
Yeah.
And it's not weird because it wasn't gay. Funny. Like it's not. That ain't why it's weird. It's weird because of the way he said it.
Yeah.
Like,
and I realized I realized that even if he didn't mean it in a racial way, it
don't matter because they're not thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even think. Like, they don't even have that rationale to think about.
It's like you can't say that.
Yeah.
About a black man, like, you know.
Yeah, not in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just wild. It's easy to dismiss.
Yeah, instead of saying, why is he saying that?
Yeah, and it's easier to dismiss.
And listen to what he's saying. One of killers dead in the street, full show. You know nothing about that.
Yeah. And it's easier to dismiss when you ain't got to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Mm-hmm. Like, why don't you think about it and figure out why he's saying it?
Right.
Like, look at it from that perspective. But nah, it's so easy for somebody to dismiss that
That's
don't have
crazy.
to deal with the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like racism, any other racism. Like, it's easy to say it don't exist when you ain't got to deal with it.
Right.
It's easy to say y'all blowing it out of proportion when you ain't got to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's easy to say, why you always talking about it? Why you always talking about it? Like, when you ain't got to talk about it, you ain't got to talk about it. So like, you ain't got to deal with it. So it's easy to have that take. But the hard thing is to think about it and to really put yourself and have empathy and figure out why, and to look outside yourself and to see, what's going on.
Yo, what you said earlier is true. When you said I didn't get his album before, I didn't get a lot of stuff because I was looking from a different perspective. Like, what did you say? Like, my brain was like different, or you said something.
I don't even remember.
You said, and I wonder if like my perception has widened or gotten better or
Probably.
grown, or has my brain developed more, like
grown or experiences.
I was just, when 2015, when I turned 34 that year, I was 33 most of that year, turned 34. So, I was grown.
Yeah, it don't matter. I mean, all your life, you're gonna have a different perspective when you're 60 than you do now, and that ain't that long. Like, just like I'm gonna have a different perspective next year. Maybe you wasn't mature enough to take it in.
I think before,
or maybe you was just having a toxic positive.
Maybe
mindset.
I think before, honestly, like,
that's true toxic positivity. Like,
I used to say,
like, oh nah.
I used to say like racism. Like, I used to feel like it's not to say it's not real. Like, not to say. I think it's real. I think I used to feel like it's real because people make it real. It's not an actual thing. Like, far as like, this is not, it's not just, how can I say, like, it's something that, it's a collective story that people agree with.
And okay.
You know what I mean?
I feel what you're saying.
So it's not like,
but what's crazy is,
it's not like it has to be this way, or it's like, it's real far as like, scientifically, like, it has a scientific basis. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that's in people's heads. Like,
okay. I mean, it is in people's heads, but
yeah,
it's a real thing.
Yeah,
because it's in everybody's head. So it's a cognitive dissonance that you was going through because
positivity. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you might have made excuses. You might have even experienced it and was like, oh no, I couldn't be that. It's got to be something else. I couldn't be that.
I mean, I don't
gotta
know.
be something else.
Or maybe I didn't experience it a lot.
But I'm
know
sure
what I mean?
you did. You have, and you just don't know. That's what I mean.
Or I just was like,
and some would say you're better off for it. Maybe, like thinking like that. I don't think so. But there are people out there that feel that way. And that's always, but my thing is, that's always the people that they use. You know what I mean? That's the person they always gravitate towards and be like, see, He said, like when Kanye was like, slavery's a choice. It was a choice. Everybody, you know, there's a lot of racism that's like, see, y'all could have got up if y'all wanted to. Like, nah, because it wasn't just what y'all read or got or learned about. Like, it was much deeper than that.
There's too many examples of it being real, like, you know? It's like...
But think about that. You, a black man, could feel that way. And that's the only thing I try to explain to, like, white people that feel that way, too. Because think about you being a black man and feeling that way. Like, imagine a white person that doesn't have to go through it, period. You know, that doesn't think about certain things or doesn't even have to think about certain things on top of whatever struggles they're already going through. Because just like I said with privilege, like, that don't mean... Who said that? Somebody, I think was it Seth Rogen? No. It was a comedian. Bill Burr, I think. Bill Burr. And he was saying, I know he's had some questionable shit too, but he was saying later on in life, he was like, y'all should have changed the privilege word. Like, I didn't get it. He said, I didn't get it because of that word. He was like, privilege? Bitch, I'm poor. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He said, but I didn't get it. He said, I didn't understand that privilege meant the privilege of not having to think about this other thing. Yeah. On top of all this. Yeah. Like, I'm poor. Yeah, I ain't got no money. Yeah, I can't eat. But I ain't had to think about being black. Like, I ain't had to deal with the person next to me saying, oh, you black, bitch. Like, you know, and be even poor.
Like, thinking about being murdered.
Yeah, you know, because like, of your skin color. Yeah. He's like, I didn't get that because I heard privilege. Yeah. He's like, so I didn't get it. He's like, it was marketing. You know, he's being funny, but he was saying some real shit. He was like, it's marketing. Yeah. He was like, it's marketing. Y'all should change that word. He's like, change that word to something else. He said, but I couldn't get it until later on. Like, I understood what that was. And I think that's, you know, that's the thing with some white people. I think, like, I don't even think inherently, you know, there's white people, even white people out there that's racist adjacent, I could say, might not even be, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word I'm looking for. I guess malice, having malice behind it. That's why some people disagree when people say everybody's racist. They disagree. But when you brought up in a system that all you know is this, and you're thinking, you know, everybody got the same opportunities because you got the same opportunities. Like, you ain't got to worry about that. Like, it ain't none of that because they ain't got none of that. Like, they just ain't even thinking about it. So they ain't even, you know, they ain't even putting two and two together. Like, it's just what it is for them. And it's hard. It is hard. It's hard to have empathy for something that you have no idea of. And I've been like, it's hard. It's hard for everybody.
I've been that according, you know, when it comes to other kinds of people, until I was able to empathize or understand.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
I mean, it's a hard thing. It is a hard thing. It takes work. Like, it's easy to just be like, oh, fuck that. All I'm worried about is myself. Or my people, or how it is. Like, it's hard to have empathy in that.
Well,
I mean, it's just like it. Even you don't get.
I don't get it because, like, I don't deal with that. Like, I don't
it's like the way white men are feeling right now. Some of them, you know, they're really feeling some type of way because they've been the center of attention the whole time, and now that, you know, I mean, some are truly racist, and I think some are just, it's just been embedded in them. Like, they've been the center of attention the whole, you know, all these years, and then when you got all the movies coming out, ain't the white people in it, and they're like, well, damn, like, what's going on? Like, where our stuff at? Like, like, your stuff was everything else. Like, you know what I mean? But it's hard for them to see that. So, not saying they need empathy for it, but at the same time, you kind of got to understand, because I had a friend that was was joking and was talking about I don't know what it was, but he said something. He said, "You know what, a white man can't have an opinion, right?" And I was like, because he white and because of everything that's going on. But I was like, but I was like, you had an opinion for 400 years. You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of what it is. Like you had your opinion for 400 years. Like we your opinion,
and still do.
Your opinion for the USA. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your opinion made this country.
I'm sitting in there, and for some reason we sitting in a circle doing something, playing or something, and I put my head down like I'm sad, and they say, "What's wrong, Bryson?" And I say, "I'm the only black person here," and they kick me out.
They kick you out the house?
Yeah, they got upset with me and said, "Oh, you got to go home." Like, I offended them. You know, I offended them by saying that.
And that's how you was feeling. Like, you felt.
Well, I feel like I learned that from somebody.
But you still felt that way. Like, you still might feel that way because it's your culture. Like, you're learning your culture. Like, that's your culture.
Yeah, but I think that was, I don't know. I felt,
they shouldn't have kicked you out for that. Like, that just reinforced whatever. Like, that was a moment when if somebody really cared and really had empathy, they would have talked to you and been like, well, it doesn't matter if you're the only black person here. Like, we're here with you and we're having fun and, that's okay. Like, that's fine. It's like, I know a couple white people that got black Santas because they have black grandchildren, which I think is great. You know what I mean? They're really thinking, they're older, and even though they're not black at all, they don't have black besides their grandchildren are black, they understood. They was like, I'm going to get a couple black Santas because I want my grandchildren to see themselves, not just have a bunch of white Santas around here. They got white Santas too, but they were conscious enough. And that's the thing. I think that's, I think that's a great thing. And I don't think that's I do think it's a special thing, but I don't think it's so special that it can't be done. You can't think about it. Like I don't think, I do think they're a special person, but there's a lot of stuff. A lot of people should be like that. Like they just look outside themselves and was looking around and was like, I got all white Santa Clauses. My grandchildren are black or half black, but they're black. They look black. So they see these white Santa Clauses, they might feel a certain way if they don't see themselves. So let me buy some black Santas too. And just have a mixture of Santas, black and white Santas. I think that's a wonderful thing. Yeah, and that's how you should think, especially if you have mixed children.
Yeah, like
you should think about that. Think about their culture. Think about things, their ethnicity, and how it's going to make them feel. That's what I mean. Like with you, like even though you might have learned that, or it might have just developed automatically, it's still, it's just. I think it was just automatic for me. Like when I've been in situations like that, I've never heard anybody say that growing up. Like we the only black people here, but I've noticed it. Like, oh, we the only black. I'm the only black person here, and I felt uncomfortable because of whatever the reason. Maybe I didn't know why, but it still was an uncomfortability there. That, like I said, that could have been a teachable moment if you had if it's a different person. And I ain't saying that makes them evil or horrible, but at the same time, that's just people that don't have any empathy. Like they're not really able to empathize outside themselves.
I mean, could you say, okay, like we invited him into our home and he kind of like offended us? Or
you're
like,
a kid.
Yeah.
Like you're a kid. That's what it comes down to. Like, but some people don't give a fuck. And maybe they ain't give a fuck because he was black.
Well, yeah, some of them were kids too.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But maybe they ain't give a fuck because he was black. Like, I don't expect the kids to be like, oh, well, they may. And that's a great thing. That means they had good parents and that taught them, certain things. But I don't really expect all the kids to be like, oh, no, Bryson, it's okay. They might not know to do that. They might not have the facility to. But adults, you know what I mean? Like, I would expect an adult to do that.
That's so, like, when I think about it now, that's like trauma.
That's what I
some
mean.
sort of trauma.
Like
for me,
like you vocalize something that you was feeling about your skin color, and because you know you're different. Like whether it's not wrong to be different, and that's the thing. You at that moment they could have taught you it's not wrong to be different. We all just different. Instead of kicking you out, you know what I mean? It might have changed your perspective. It might not change your perspective at all. I mean, depending on you as a person, but you told that story, so it must have changed your perspective a little bit because you're still thinking about it. And it was a long ass time ago.
Well, it's just something I remember
that's in your brain.
And I felt like
you wouldn't remember that if it ain't affect you.
I felt like I did the wrong thing.
That's what I'm saying. And you felt like it was wrong, but it wasn't wrong. It wasn't wrong to vocalize that. That's how you was feeling. And at that moment, it could have been it could have changed your whole perspective on stuff, on something. You know, if somebody was like, "Oh no, you are the only black person here. It's okay." That's what I think some white people don't understand either. When they say, "I don't see color," that's not a good thing to say. Like that's not the flex that they feel like it is. A lot of them, like you might not see color, but other people see color. So celebrate differences is a great thing because people are different. People look different. They act different. They are different. Like it's not like, oh, everybody's at one. You just acting like, it's kind of being acting falsely, I think, and setting the kid up. Like, and then he goes somewhere else and it's like this black kid, you're not even prepared for that.
I think like partially that was in my mind, like we're all the same, like, type of stuff. But it's like, there's differences.
See, I had different experiences. Like as a kid that shaped me. Yeah. Like my boy, I had a lot of white friends when I was younger. And I'm still friends with, I have a couple that I'm still friends with, but I have a couple that I'm not, that turned into pieces of shit and, racist and all types of shit. But those friends, like I remember, like I got one particular friend, I don't know if he want me to mention him, but Greg, I'll mention him anyway. He like we fell out of touch for a long time, but we got back in touch maybe the last few years. And like he's a great person. Like I'm happy to see that. Like he's a very thoughtful person. He's a great person. His wife is a great person. Like his kid is great. His family was always nice to me. They never did anything like his mom and dad. I don't know, maybe they did have undertones. Maybe they did felt some ways, or I don't know, because they never showed me that. They always showed me love. And then my other friend that turned into a piece of shit, I remember being over his house and his grandpa not knowing I was there, and him walking like out and was like, "Man, them niggers up the street," or something he said. And that shit always affected me. Like when he said that shit, like it stung. It was like a stab in the heart. And I was like 11. And like that was probably maybe my first time like experiencing that, like hearing somebody say that and knowing, even though I wasn't completely sure, like I've heard the word before, of course, in the black community, I heard it endearing, but I knew it was different. I knew it was different the way he was saying it. And that's why I don't understand when people be like, "Well, y'all say it," like, you know the difference. Like, the malice, what's behind it. So yeah, that always stuck with me because I always remember that. And then years later, I was like, maybe it was the environment. Because my boy that, I've never seen his parents treat me nothing but loving. I'm the only black person everywhere. Like, I mean, he had other black friends, but, I was always over his house. And they ain't never treat me crazy. They always, invite me over, always fed me, always swam in his pool. His aunt always took us to the toy store because he's a collector. He always was collecting. He was collecting back then. But now he collects still, and we reconnected through the collection. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, as a kid, that is like that's being in different circumstances that can shape you. It can change your perspective on stuff.
This reminds me of like Martin Luther King, his earlier stance to his later stance.
Yeah, he got beat down. Yeah. Like he got beat down. And that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. They don't know. Even people that are like look at him and you're like, that's the person you should be, not Malcolm X. Like there's some people that are like that and they don't even know that he started leaning more towards how Malcolm X was towards the end because he got beat down. He was trying. He tried for years. Like he tried. He was like, this shit ain't changing. Like ain't nothing happening. So he started getting militant. That's when they took his ass out. Like that's when they was like, oh no.
You know how sometimes you feel like, oh, the kids got it figured out. They all together and stuff.
Yeah.
I watched this one YouTuber,
I think
Chris
they got
Carter.
it more figured out, but they don't got it figured out.
But Chris Carter, right? He has a white he's gay, he has a white father, black mom. He's real light skinned, but he says I'm black, like, you know. And so he had some white friends, some white male friends, and they used to be on his channel all the time. Then they had a falling out because one of the reasons is a couple of his white friends were following Trump. Right?
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, like y'all on this channel and my audience, in turn, your audience is a lot of gay people. And like, I think you should unfollow him. You also unfollow him because it's sending the wrong message to them because, you know, he's like, he has policies and stuff that are against them, right?
Yeah.
So they was like,
oh, I'm in a situation kind of like that now.
oh, yeah?
Yeah. Go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, they just was like,
I just want to tell you so I don't forget.
They was like, well, I don't think we should have to compromise how we really feel and stuff like that. And like,
and then you think about that, like, oh, well, if you really feel that way,
yeah,
like how much, you know, how good are you for me?
Yeah. It came down to, he even did a video with them trying to hash it out. Are we still gonna be friends? And from their acts, their responses on that, because one of them kids, and he's a kid still, but he said something, and then Chris was like, oh no, because he was like, yeah, I'm the majority. Like, we won, I'm the majority. Like, and he said that, and it just, the way that sounds, you know, like.
Yeah. So we're going to get out of here now. People, this was What Was We Thinking?
And you know what's funny?
What's
That's
funny?
how I remember it, right? What if it didn't really happen like that?
Yeah, your memory is the worst. Memory is the worst thing you can use to recall. Videotape, and we had memory in court of law. Like, we just let people go up there and say, yeah, he did it. It was him, and you go to jail forever. Like, that's crazy to me. And people's memories are always wrong. Almost always, they're wrong.
Especially when you remember stuff when you was
you're little, because you only see it from your perspective.
Well, some stuff, some stuff is correct.
It's correct because you feel like it's correct.
No.
It might not even be correct.
No. Some certain stuff happened the way I remember it happened. No,
you can't say that.
I'm talking about abuse, like.
No, but you can't even say that.
No,
because it might have been so amplified in your mind. Like, even if somebody yelled at you, like say your mom yelled at you, you could be like, nah, I don't mean that. I mean, you know, because I'd have been through it. But at the same time, you know, maybe it's just super amplified. So this has been What We Thinking. We gonna get out of here, people. It was a great conversation. Kind of longer than we thought it would be. But what I had to say. What you got to say? You got anything to say to the parting people?
What do I got to say to the parting people? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of What We Thinking.
Yes, and everybody out there, be safe. Have a happy new year. Happy 2025. And be safe. I think I already said that, but be safe. Be safe out there, people.
Happy holidays.
If you're partying, be safe. And we're out of here.
Peace.
You know, life ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.